favorites indeed.
That was a nice 1-2 offense-defensive punch by the red team there.
Oh, that Michigan team. That Michigan team, the Detroit Demolition, I believe Sully next to me is reminding me that we picked them to Pokemon Go to the finals. As we are joined on the microphone as we get our first look at the Seattle Revolution, the Seattle Unlimited team. Yeah, well, this also reaches Sully if you'd like. Okay. Yeah. Okay, stand by, everybody. We'll be with you shortly. If you want to scout this, get prepared yourself. Okay.
If you have me, I'm all about it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, okay, we are joined on the mic. Let me start getting us going here. All right, so, Mr. Jeremy Bennett, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
I can hear you as we got the headsets. And Sully, can you hear me?
Holla if you hear me. Yeah, I can hear you, Noah. What is up, my friend?
Excellent. My good, I am so excited. The opportunity we have here to commentate with you gentlemen, this is very exciting. Steve and Mark are enjoying this game elsewhere. Miss those guys, but we are getting ready. As you know, maybe your thoughts on Seattle is coming in cold. They haven't played a game. Texas just won the first Unlimited game that they've played in the modern era. Any thoughts on how that adrenaline and those juices and the energy that Texas is coming in with will affect the first few minutes of play?
Totally all you.
Well, I just talked to Brad Reading right after he left the court, as he took some samples of my vape to cool down, and the adrenaline was high on all those guys. And it's a process where you got to take the win and just move on to the next. Yeah. So their ambition is gone. They played the first game very well. Close game from what I saw, and to readjust to a different style of plays, set of players, it's going to be a learning period just in probably the first half, an adjustment period, I should say, to see if these guys can get going and rolling against the Seattle team.
And I think the best thing that could have happened for this Texas team is that D game that just happened in between.
Right.
I just caught Snowy outside, congratulate him on the win, and he's kind of like amped. He's like, wow, like the nerves are like a different thing out there. Yeah. It's like, so the best thing for this Texas team, instead of going straight into Seattle, is probably to have a minute to drink of water, talk about it, and then like sit down for 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So to come out now, like, yeah, Texas should hopefully be warm, but not overly amped from the win.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, the viewers probably got some good streaming, because there was an exciting D game right before they came out on the court. A game-tying shot from the Michigan team that Noah picked to Pokemon Go to the finals, and I won't let you forget that. So kind of poor clock management on the other team's behalf, but Michigan took advantage and got that tie out of it. But yes, I agree, Jeremy. The break in between was definitely beneficial for these Texas guys to settle those nerves, get that adrenaline out of the system, and just recollect thoughts as they enter their next game.
You know, it's interesting to me, the motivations. You know, you mentioned the ambition might be gone. The motivation for Texas, as you said, Jeremy, the credibility is now there. So it's no longer we have to prove that we belong. I wonder if as they turn that page, now they can taste like Unlimited finals, Unlimited championship is in the air. Does that become different? Does that become more real? Does that change the chip on the shoulder as they play this game?
So yeah, does that ramp up the nerves now
Right.
that you're in the first game of the championship part of the bracket, or does that kind of, is there a sense of, hey, we belong here, let's chill, play our game,
Right.
and take advantage of this opportunity because they know they belong?
Yeah. Yeah, I have thought of Texas, and I don't know that it's true anymore, but I have thought of them as an emotional team because they, when they start rolling, when that dam breaks, they roll. But almost similarly, if it goes cold and the frustration happens, they could spiral. But I thought that they played that last one so even, so controlled competently, really disciplined, patience when necessary.
Yeah, I like to think we took them out of their plan A of Bolte just being this unwritten scorer, and they adjusted and weren't overly emotional about it. And before we get fired up, I want to say, I'm super, super excited to see the Seattle team, because this is the same 5 that won last year. And to truly have an opportunity to defend unlimited with the Seattle team is difficult, because you guys have your voting process. Michigan's a little more, if you won, you're likely going to defend. Seattle's different, so this is exciting to see them defending.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell what kind of, their voting process and how they all got back on the island, to say the least. Because Seattle has a lot of talented players. But yes, like you said, Jeremy, the same 5.
Fair with a great 3 to start the game.
Which is probably why he stayed on the island, as he starts off the game with a big 3.
Yeah, so as we get underway, again, that 5-man wall so tough to break. Texas attacking.
Big!
Gets that ball out of the air.
Joe with a big block.
Once again, North America's favorite player, Joe Tiffany, proves it on the defensive end.
All right, black team kept possession.
Joe has got his game face on. He is ready. Has Brad just at the top of the rim there.
Nice shot, catch the rim.
Now, Jeremy, real quick, as this first half gets underway, how do you feel the cars acted?
I'm glad they let us swap the cars we wanted to swap. They felt a lot more even. I know 13 had it stalled a little bit, but from where the cars were 45 minutes ago, I feel like we improved it 110%.
We saw the most evenly matched cars for a de-seeding game I think we'll ever see.
That's truly what.
Is Joe able to scoop that ball off the ground?
Jeremy, I appreciate you looking out for the D guys.
Always.
3-on-2 for Seattle.
Are the future. Nice 3-on-2 with Seattle here. Brad walking in.
Quick pass, 3-on-2, advantage taken.
And you see that energy. Seattle also plays emotionally, I will say, and when they get hot, we saw it last year. Get that positive energy flowing. Bolte unable to break that positive energy flow. Seattle up 5-0 right now.
Now, I must say, 5-0 is nothing to this Texas team. They can score in bunches, just like all these unlimited teams can score in bunches. So
they can go fast.
Absolutely, and long 15-minute halves. So maybe an adjustment period, or maybe they just need to get hot again, just like from the last game.
I talked to Jordan about this. He's really good about calling the clock. He's yelling at him right now, telling him how much time. Joe with a great shot. Long 2.
The cross body 2 on the move as he's back in the center goalie position.
Yeah. Joe Tiffany's turning to a different beast as Unlimited starts, hitting his first 2 shots and has a key block early as well, affecting both sides of the ball.
Bolte open here.
Nice shot,
there it is. The cherry is broken, and we got Texas on the board. 7-2 game as we start the first half.
Man, what a palate cleanser the D game is, where you see, is Ross able to reach up in the sky and block that one?
We're all used to seeing Ross spend a lot of time at cherry picker in A games, but he's playing unlimited level defense right now.
Yes.
So even though he plays a lot of offense in A, he's a fantastic defender.
Yes.
Oh, once again, back-to-back jacks cuts this lead to 3. Now, Jeremy, what was your slight adjustment to, you mentioned it earlier, saying let's not let Bolte shoot everything and become that key offensive player that he is. What kind of adjustment did you guys make, and what was Texas's plan B?
With plan B, I think they executed flawlessly, because Brad Reading being a last-minute add to the team. Filling in for Mario, hand injury, coming in and burying shots.
So that was a very interesting ball that Brad Peters scooped up and Ross covered as Brad Peters had his palm up and Ross had his palm down and was able to cover the ball and hold it down for a fair amount of time, it seemed.
He's on for the red team. Brad's going to shoot it quick here. Good luck.
Now that's a legal play because of the scoop being in a different position, correct?
Yeah, it's one I haven't thought about before, but the creativity at this level absolutely elite.
That's top-level play right there. It's top-level play.
Yeah, and I will say, Kyle was all over it. There were about 3 people around him who were asking it. He was waving it off and explaining it. So he has clearly thought about that before.
Kyle Phillips, an excellent referee, by the way.
Barrett, 3-point attempt here.
He's going to think
There
twice.
we go. That's the next pass. Joe's going to have an unwedged screenshot here.
Ooh.
At this point, the rare miss from Joe Tiffany.
Yeah, it almost looked like he didn't catch his scoop properly after he spun it before he shot there.
And we can stop talking about Michigan shortly after, but Sully, to answer your question, our plan, we're not big on double cherry picking, but anytime we saw Bolte back at defense, we'd happily sit at a 2-on-2 double cherry pick just to hold him back there.
Respect.
So basically,
respect.
Zach and I were playing defense against Bolte on the offensive end.
That's a big sign of respect.
And we can stop talking about Michigan.
No. Jeremy.
No, let's talk about this game.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I appreciate
Absolutely.
This is a great game so far. That was a big block.
Yeah, Ross is holding it down a number of blocks.
Yeah, get used to seeing the blocks from Ross.
Joe and
Speaking of which.
Eric wide open on the outside, maybe a 3-2 here. Oh, man. Yeah, maybe.
Eric.
Sorry, I'm supposed to be unbiased, but that, it's tough.
Hey, no worries. Jeremy and I will even the playing field for you.
Yes, please. As Barrett sends the ball down to Eric.
2-on-1. Great pass.
Brad really is a fantastic, in the key driver. He does a good job keeping his car moving.
Very comfortable
He has
in
a
there.
strong shot. He does a very good job in there with the trees.
Very comfortable.
It is nice seeing Brad Peters get super intense on his A team. Sugar, spice, and everything nice. He represents the everything nice.
You know, I had a brief conversation with you about that yesterday as Brad Reading misses one wide right. He's a nice guy in general, but I guess he wasn't the ginger. And so...
Yeah, Joe Tiffany.
Great side shot by the aforementioned Brad Peters.
Probably apt to describe that shot as nice.
Absolutely.
Bolte unable to answer it with an open shot. So many threats here.
We're picking the pace up here.
We are, getting into a bit of a run and gun. I honestly don't know who that favors because both teams have so many weapons. The Seattle team,
there he is.
Starts going. Snowy threatened to go after that ball, but didn't.
There's a lot of time at cherry picker we're seeing from Snowy. He did it in the previous game as well. He's spending a lot of time on the court.
Yeah. And that helps Ross play that elite level defense.
Now, Jeremy, what kind of adjustments does they have to make against the Seattle team? Because right now, Bolte is the main focus on the offensive side for Texas, but on the Seattle side, everyone's putting the ball in the bucket. How do you adjust to a team like this?
That's the difficult part for us. They did a good job bottling up our shooters, but here in Seattle, they're really going to be seeing Jordan will go up the court when it's right as well, but they're really going to see 4 guys coming full speed up the court every time.
As the ball, a rare turnover, sails to Jordan. Oh my goodness.
And that ball movement play there from Seattle was from where Eric was sitting.
Yes.
Brad had to pay attention to when the wedge, even though he knew Joe was on wedge on the other side. But because the ball moved so well.
Oh my goodness.
Joe feathers one in, that shot.
I think he might have meant to try to put that off the backboard for Barrett, but heck, 2 points is 2 points.
It's a shot pass. It's one of those where he takes enough off of it where if it happens to miss, then Barrett will be able to get it. So
deep shot sails high.
Way high. The high shots also come from a lot of adrenaline. And with the pace of this game and the intensity going, as you say, Jeremy, 4 guys coming at you full speed, as Seattle's going to put this one in your face again.
2 looks from Seattle there.
And that's the good thing about Seattle. They rotate all their guys extremely well. Even though Jordan Davis is one of the primary defenders, like Jeremy said, he will come up and bang a shot. So you can't hold down everybody. Great shot underneath.
That was a nice one-on-one matchup right there. Jordan being a marquee premier defender and Bolton being a premier scorer. This is going to be fun to watch. If Seattle chooses to stay in this high wall, Jordan on an island, this is going to be fun to watch.
The unstoppable force versus the immovable object, as it were.
And just
get out that car, but it's not high enough.
And just one clarification that Jordan Huffman.
Barrett sincerely apologize. I mixed the two guys up.
Oh, good. And Joe, and you see here, so that is the game breaker for Seattle. If you can get a one-on-one floater. Oh, my goodness.
Back to back.
Can you believe it?
3-point game all of a sudden.
And Joe Tiffany, being the consummate professional that he is, comes back and says, we got to stop this immediately.
Yep.
And it's no discredit to Jordan Huffman, but Joe Tiffany, another premier defender as well, going to send that extra guy back. Oh, let's go indeed.
That crossbody power that Barrett can put into those long threes.
Yes, absolutely.
And again, that was Seattle sending 4 guys. Jordan set up Barrett for that shot at the end. Like, that was the plan all along.
1 guy, 2 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys. It doesn't matter. Bolte is unstoppable down there.
So now Joe puts one up, just barely misses, but the laser doesn't lie. Barrett for a long 2 just left.
Right. The laser does not lie. Try it with 3 guys. thinks the wiser. Goes up to Carter.
4.
That's 4 guys. And
Carter
spreading the wealth.
Wow.
Spreading the wealth.
18-16. Barrett answers right back.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Jeremy? 18 what? 2016.
There we go.
He is human. He does bleed.
He bleeds just like all the rest of us, apparently, as he misses one.
Yeah, both. Back-to-back, Bolte and then Barrett.
God, this goes fast. There's 4 minutes left in this half.
One-on-one situation once again. He wants it bad as well, but he's going to look for other options in the outlet. Brad Reading coming across the edge.
And Jordan figuring out the angles there to help.
There it is. Very, very patient play displayed by that Texas team as they crawl back to 2.
No, he's struggling in that one, Carlos.
Yeah, Snowy normally one of their good shooters as Joe Tiffany connects with another one.
Joe with a full head of steam going towards the basket.
Beautiful.
Hardest player in WhirlyBall this time.
Beautiful high shot. He rolls it right to the top of that scoop, and it's damn near impossible to block, just like you were saying.
Bolte in a high post, elbow, tough shot.
I'm
Yelling at Snowy to get out of here and get back on defense, but we got the 2-on-1 dump off. Easy money.
Seattle up by 6 with 3 minutes to go. Bolte might be open there. Barrett's left-handed. Nice wall. Okay, time to collect. Texas gets to make a plan.
Joe thinking about offense, leaning a little bit. Nice shot.
Hey,
Wow.
speaking of offense, there's a connection. Back-to-back jacks for Brad
Jordan
Reading.
staying inside, releasing Eric to go for the ball. Looking for a 3-on-2 here, maybe. And Eric's going to get
Snowy
a
is in an absolute dog. He has been no effect on this game as he is struggling.
He's working hard.
He's working, absolutely.
He's doing a great job with it. He's killing himself right now in a car that it clearly isn't up to snuff with the others.
Correct.
Do his best. Big block from Carter.
Block him from 3 welds away.
4-point game, 2:20 left in this first half.
So no timeouts after 2 minutes. As Ross comes down, it's one of the first times we've seen him on the offensive half of the court. Carter wide open in the middle.
Joe and Jordan setting up a Bolte sandwich.
Oh my goodness.
They said, you want to take me out of the game? Enter Brad Reading. That's 3 in a row. Do you go for 1 more? No one gets the Connect 4 reference. Screw you guys.
Get in the comments.
Just Ross turn. Nice shot. Joe,
my
tough
goodness.
angle and a very tall man. Bolte loves this.
Back again. There it is.
Bolte loves that fadeaway. He's really
That high shot is almost impossible to defend. Once again, back within 2.
See Joe slowing it down, directing traffic a little bit.
Jordan's seen an opportunity pushing up the court here. Pushing the defense that much lower, gets Joe the shot.
Yep.
It's the bit high off the rim.
And Barrett able to help deflect that high, or at least just push it by the threat of his height.
Is it because he was left-handed?
That helps. Because there's one thing you gotta know.
Under a minute to go.
Got a 2-for-1 opportunity
references.
here.
Deep try. Was he over the line? No. That's all right. It didn't connect. Maybe another 2-for-1 opportunity here for Texas.
It's slowly eking away, and they didn't take those at the. Yeah, Barrett a little bit more successful than Jordan is back there, but it does take Barrett out of the offense.
Texas got that rebound, so this is going to be likely Texas's last possession of the half.
Pump fake shot. No good.
Last possession here. Jordan calls it out.
Yeah, Seattle did the math. They're going to take the last shot. Last shot unless it's a layup.
Doesn't look like they're going to fight for the key here. It looks like they're going to settle for a deeper shot here. Any clean look from anywhere in the three-point is definitely in their range.
That's a 2. Back to Barrett.
For a deep one.
And the thing is, Barrett is comfortable shooting that.
Oh, my
That's the
goodness.
thing. He is comfortable shooting that.
So Snowy put that up in desperation. Eric blocked it. It happened to land in Barrett's scoop. Ran out of time. Wow. 2-point game. A 2-point game. Jeremy, any thoughts on how this compares to what you saw out there?
Brad Reading stepping up again. Hit some big shots there towards the end of the first half. He played a lot of defense first half of that half. Came up, hit some big shots. Bolte, I think the reason Texas is in the position they're in, Bolte on that run that he went on, it's extremely impressive. Seattle had to make some adjustments. Bolte on a fantastic run.
Yeah, I'm telling you that a cherry picker like that, a floater like that can just score on your goalie, that is a game breaker. That requires immediate attention. That requires a change. You saw Barrett was the effective one that came back there. You know, Bolte scored on Joe once or twice. Jordan's was able to slow him down after a little bit. Then Barrett had to go back there. Now, in the second half, again, the black cars are a little bit taller. The black cars are taller even though the speed is equalized. And so I'm curious if the black cars being taller now, if Jordan is more able to stop that unassisted.
You would think so. Likely, I didn't see what car Jordan got in. I can't remember, but likely it's a taller one just to set him up for success.
Right.
It can only help.
Yeah, it can only help. It can only help.
Because Seattle would love to leave him on an island and run their 4-man offense and rotate.
Yep.
Plan A, I'm sure, is still Jordan one-on-one at goalie.
Yeah, right.
Now, Jeremy, I'm going to continue to ask you a lot of questions as it comes to Unlimited because you have a wealth of experience when it comes to situations like this. Let's say you're in Texas's shoes and you're down by 2. Are there any adjustments you would say to your team to make? Is there a key player you're looking out for? Is there a way you're going to run your system just a little bit different to try and actually tie this game? Because as close as the score is, they haven't had a lead, nor has it been tied after 0-0 because they were in the hole 5 or 7-0 early. So you're in this halftime huddle. What are you going to say to your team if you're in their particular position?
I think it's a little bit of house money.
Right.
Let's push it here. Like, guys, let's see.
We're not supposed to be here.
Seattle's playing well. We cashed in an opportunity this year to get into Unlimited. We already cashed in the next opportunity to beat Michigan. They're not going to rest on their laurels of, hey, guys, remember when we made it that one time? No, they want to win, but it's also house money. Let's lighten up and maybe push the pace. Maybe you see Brad and Bolte in a double cherry pick at some point to spread the floor out. Maybe get a little wacky. But also, they're in a 2-point game. What they're doing is just a couple bucket difference from having a lead.
Keep going. You know, one of the things I did want to point out that we just saw at halftime there was Christy Schmidt running out to talk to Seattle. It's part of the embarrassment of riches that I'm beginning to recognize Seattle has, where Hall of Famer Christy Schmidt can run out there and give sage wisdom with good personal relationships with these guys. They all respect the hell out of her and the words that she has to speak. So getting an outside perspective like that from someone who has been here, who's played Unlimited, is something that, clearly Texas, this is the first, I'm going to say, modern era team to play. They don't really have the folks looking out for them like that as they're building up for the first time, but just really wanted to call out and appreciate Christy for lending a hand to help out and share those wise words.
She's been in this position before many, many, many times and has played fantastic in them. She has, I'm sure, a lot of good advice for them.
And as you mentioned, Noah, maybe an outsider's perspective, maybe she sees something on the outside looking in that they don't see on the court. So maybe the little nuggets of information were passed on to the Seattle team. And I think Texas did the exact same thing. They stepped off the court, and maybe some of the Texas guys said, hey, we're noticing this, maybe take advantage of that and try something a little different. But as Jeremy mentioned, it's only a 2-point game. So
an immediate switch of tactic as we see Ross head to Cherry, at least on the wall break. Ross is heading back now.
But I tell you what, he can do both.
Sure
he can do both.
He can do that tall guy stuff.
These teams are super versatile. Yeah, we're seeing it with Seattle. We're seeing it with Texas, who's stepping up and playing different parts of the court.
Without question.
Yeah.
And there he is again, red hot.
And the game is tied, I think, for the first time since 0-0.
Correct.
Barry hit that 3 to start the game, and that was really it. Yeah. And then Texas comes all the way back, ties it. It's a WhirlyBall game.
And like I mentioned before, 5 to 7 points is nothing to these experienced guys out on the court. So even a 6-point lead is never safe on the court. Big time awareness there.
Ross at wedge is a menace for how long his arms are.
You know what, Jeremy is a menace everywhere. Just be honest. Cherry, goalie, wedge, he's a problem.
Boldy gets his own rebound. Kick to Snowy.
Oh, Snowy trying to introduce himself to the game here, but unfortunately misses wide left.
Red keeps it alive. All right, here we go. We got Seattle trying to jump the play. Pull Boldy back to defense.
Yeah.
Ross going to get down there and correct that. Brad Reading kicks it out with 5 seconds left on the possession clock. No way!
Oh boy, that was a
way!
Long 2, fantastic shot from Boldy. Barrett with the answer right back and the emotion.
Cool, calm, collected. Barrett Davis just drills one back down the throat.
Great game. We're tied up.
Unbelievable. Texas is up with 4. Joe trying to direct traffic to set up the offense. Unbelievable.
Texas has 3 underneath their wall. Snowy has moved to wedge. Boldy's moved to Cherry. Maybe that's an adjustment. Maybe it's just Let's see it.
Maybe it's a car that actually moves and Snowy doesn't have to work as hard.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it is also possible that this was the plan.
Great shot. We got a problem.
Oh, boy.
Makes a nice move.
Boy.
Oh!
Tough angle. Key is going to turn off in time.
Joe Tiffany looking for a slash. And he will not get it. But again, Kyle, a solid referee. If there was no slash, there was no slash.
The laser doesn't lie.
And the laser does not lie.
Joe getting a scoop over the top as he was trying to throw up a high shot.
Once again, 2-point advantage, and Texas still looking for their first lead.
You can see him sending a double wedge over Boldy, similar to how Michigan was playing it. Let somebody else beat you. That was a long shot for Brad.
Correct. Now we see the micro adjustment here from Seattle as Eric LaPlante is in the dog. So he has moved to Cherry and has not made his way up court the entire game. He just can't move as well as any other of the cars on the court. So again, micro adjustment by Seattle, and we'll see how that factors in.
And so here they've got a bit of a goalie isolation. They're going to give up on it to wedge Boldy.
Ross once again a danger wherever he goes and whatever position he plays. Kicks it back out to Brad Reading here. A little fumblerooski. They're looking for a handball call, and I don't think they're going to get it.
I don't think anyone was looking for that. I think that was spectators. A little broken offense there from Texas. Couldn't get too far off the court.
Brad.
No! Yes, Brad Peters tickles the bottom of the rim as it goes upwards. Once again, the laser does not lie. Great shot to put him up by 4.
4-man wall, 1 wedge. Wedge is on Bolte. Joe sneaking out to be a second wedge.
And guess what? The dogs are out. 2 men on Bolte. Where are you going? Someone else beat us.
Brad doing his best to get loose.
Correct.
Carter
That was the
for a
key to the first
three-pointer.
half.
Carter likes that shot. That was a good choice to take that shot.
Yeah, the key to the first half was Brad Reading getting hot as they did decide to isolate Bolte. But it looks like they're going to do the same thing in the second half. And they're going to say, hey, come out and prove it. Brad more than capable of doing said prove it.
Ooh, sailed a little high. They got a Bolte trap going. They got a little sandwich on Bolte.
Snowy calling for it. Oh, but the fumble.
Bolte directing traffic up there, even though he's locked in.
Deep shot from Brad. Misses. We got numbers.
Oh, boy.
Nice pass.
And the emotion overflowing from Barrett as he connects with the bunny to put him up by 6.
Up by 6.
Now, Jeremy, do they have a time where you say it's time to call a timeout and kind of readjust your thoughts? Is there a significant portion of maybe a lead that you see where you can go, hey, we need to readjust some things to get back in our stride? Or do they just play it out?
For me, 2 points a minute, I start stressing a little bit. So if I'm down 8 with 4 minutes left, I guess maybe more than that. If I'm down 10 with 5, I start thinking about it. So I don't think Texas is thinking about a timeout yet.
They're not panicking
Down
with 6 points.
If the stretch is to double digits, they might think about it. I don't think it's on their minds yet.
It might be worth talking about how Barrett did. Oh,
There
my
you go.
goodness, is Ross with a big screenshot. And as you say, Jeremy, they're not down that much yet. It's 4. They're coming back. Barrett was feeling that behind-the-head circus shot. That how many times we've seen him make that.
Well, when the emotion overflows and the adrenaline pumps.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you think you can make everything.
And
That hole gets the 3 feet wide.
Yep.
I know Texas has a plan.
Oh, boy.
Hey!
Oh, no,
Once
baby.
again.
It's a game of inches.
Nice play by Jordan there.
Noah, you mentioned it. The size of those cars, those 3 inches that he has now, might have made a difference and affected that shot.
That was a 4-second possession from Seattle with 2 points on the board.
You got to go quick. You got to go quick.
And when it's there, it's there.
Wow, what a catch.
Ooh,
inside
just left off the rim. Eric looking to pick somebody in. We got numbers. Settle for the shot. Yes! Joe Tiffany sits behind the screen and connects.
It's one of the first high shot screenshots over the middle. It's a very Joe Tiffany shot. From the first ones we've seen, just cool and collected, very structured. Snowy might be able to do. Okay, Barrett covers him. Here comes Ross, 4-man up. Trying to find Bolte.
Was there any doubt?
That is a tough shot. Driving backwards on that great shot. We're getting close to 1 point a minute territory. 6 points, 6 minutes.
Oh,
8
Brad
points, 6
Peters
minutes.
has got the hot hand for Seattle.
Whose hand isn't hot on Seattle right now? Heck, I can say the same thing for Texas.
You can. You absolutely can.
It's a very comfortable shot for Carter, by the way. If he laces this, I don't think Texas would have any problem with him
No.
attempting that shot.
Not at all.
It is
especially
so
as the defense
comfortable
is
for
set.
him.
But this one's a better one. The discipline, the patience to set up the shot.
Was it the better one?
Big block now.
Oh, the hand block.
Wow, Joe, way to battle.
Uh-oh.
Seconds left.
Oh, Barrett was going to slap that ball in the next week if he got a piece of it. As possession expires, Peters is set up here, wedged by Ross. He felt those arms coming.
Once again, Eric in that slow car, but finds Brett Peters. And there's the aforementioned timeout. A little momentum. Like you said,
10-point
Jeremy,
game.
10 points. There's the double
It's
digits.
Almost like 2 points a minute is the time to call a timeout. Weird.
It's like you've been here before.
Look at Bolte trying to fire him up. I like it. This Texas team, can run on emotion. They can get fired up. And they want to make something happen here. And also, 10 points in 5 minutes is nothing to a team like these Texas guys. They can come back from this.
So Christie out again to help with Seattle. Bolte taking command for Texas. And I'll also say that Kyle has just called John Weber out, one of the best Seattle rules referees that we've got.
I wish I knew what Christie just said to the Seattle team, because they all just started laughing and clapping.
Yeah, you know, the beautiful thing to see on the Seattle Unlimited team in the last couple of years is the positive energy and vibes that they play with. They do play better when they're smiling and laughing, when they're playing a game, when they're having fun. Now, you can see that they're competitive, and holy cow, it's intense. But keeping it positive and light is a big part of the secret of their success the last couple of years.
It might just be coincidence, but I mean the Seattle team. Jordan and Barrett came into WhirlyBall at the same time together in D in 2011 in Novi. Yeah. Obviously, Joe and Eric have a super long relationship
As
together,
brothers.
and they're brothers. Brad Peters and Barrett have been great friends for a decade.
And they play darts together, yeah.
This whole Texas team are high school friends that have all lived together and been in each other's lives for 20, 30 plus years. I think clearly chemistry is a theme.
Yes, and it takes a team of 5 that can read each other's thoughts, that can play selflessly, that can celebrate the victories of your teammates over yourself. I mean, that's how you get to Unlimited.
Absolutely.
10 points separate these two teams in this first game of a double elimination tournament. I'm sorry, this is the game that gets you into the finals.
Now, you with the Seattle mindset, is Seattle thinking about slowing down yet? Are they thinking about milking 5 minutes off the clock, or is that too much?
I will tell you, oh my
Goodness gracious.
I will tell you, they know that lead disappears so quickly. And my expectation is that if it's working, if we're up, keep it working.
Speaking of the devil.
Just like that, Joe answers that long two from Bolte.
Yes, his nose was just over that three-point line, so we only got the 2 off that opening possession from Texas. But Seattle answering right back with the 2 of their own.
Barrett pulls that
Barrett!
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Goodness gracious. Anything right down the darn middle.
So it does look like
12 points, 4.5.
Brad Peters going to float instead of Eric was a change after the timeout.
Looking to set up a 3-2 situation, but he's going to back up to Joe Tiffany. Clean look.
Why bother killing time if you can just add to your lead?
So a big change here. So Texas has started double floating with Bolte to get Bolte an open look. What that means is they don't have a wedge, which is how Joe has found so much space in the center of the court.
That's just one thing you probably can't do against this team. They're just automatic, especially from the center of the court. I mean, Joe Tiffany is basically 100% from there.
Sorry, didn't mean to. Just very excited.
That was big.
Oh, good hype. Good hype.
Bolte could have turned and shot that. That was a big block from Barrett there. Texas, clear sense of urgency.
But no panic.
No panic.
There with a lot of space in front of them.
It's too much space. Too much
16
space.
points.
Bolte, quick answer. This Texas team's going to fight.
Yeah, 14 points with 3.5 minutes as the Seattle team begins laughing.
Yeah, Seattle's going to do the math. Like they're going to wrap this one up. But this Texas team's going to go down swinging.
Yes, they are. So now, Jeremy, we're going to have a D interlude, and then you'll face the loser of this game. Are you beginning to make a plan or get a sense of, wow, just missing by Joe? A sense of urgency, or what I'm saying is my stomach's tight. My stomach's tight already as we come to the end of this game.
Getting excited to play this Texas team, see how they bounce back from adversity. Is there momentum on the loss? I doubt it. I doubt they.
Woo!
Nice shot from Carter.
Told you, that's so comfortable for him.
Going down swinging. They're going to have no problem getting up for the next game.
They have, and it's not over yet. It's 11 points in 2.5 minutes. It's 4 possessions, 3s apiece. Like, it's not mathematically over.
They need to stop. They need to stop. They need a stop or a good miss here. Get a quick three. Like I said, Carter is damn near automatic from the middle of the court from deep. He is just so comfortable shooting from that far.
And if you're talking three, Bolte is on the 2-point side of the court, but Carter is the one sitting back there. He's been their 3-point shooter.
Yes.
And as he puts the brakes on, Eric doing a good job.
Yeah, Eric is spying him. He's looking at him. He's like, I don't want you to touch this ball.
Carter trying to direct traffic to somebody.
Snowy actually setting a screen for Carter in the back.
We're getting inside of 2 minutes here. Carter with a shot.
Just a bit high, but that was definitely the game plan. Get that man free.
Yeah, I agree. Snowy also has a great 3-point shot. You know, Brad's back there for the outside shots. Seattle's going to take all 30 seconds here. 11 points separate these teams with a minute 45.
Yeah, now we can play the mathematics game.
Yeah.
I do believe it's going to be a wrap here.
It should be 3 possessions and 11 points. Should be a wrap.
5 seconds.
Shot sails high from Joe Tiffany as the ball rolls all the way to the other end of the court, soaking up more and more seconds.
3-point defense. You can see everybody crashing. Bolte, great screen. Yeah, you got to put that up quick.
Takes down 45 seconds.
Here it is.
This Texas team's going to be ready for the next one.
Yeah.
It's Michigan versus Texas next. Loser is out. Winner gets back into the championship with Seattle. So it's Texas will. I'm excited to play them. It's going to be a good game.
Elimination game. Jeremy, I can't thank you enough for taking this very precious time to join us with the best perspective you could ask for while watching an unlimited tournament. Thank you so much.
This is fun. Thank you. I hope to be playing in the next few of them.
Yeah, Jeremy, do us a favor and don't come back up here and commentate. How about
There
you get
we
your
go.
ass in the championship game?
I like it. Yes, sir.
Another deep shot, Brad, trying to keep warm here because he's got to play here after that D interlude. Again, taking on that Michigan team, Jeremy Bennett's team.
And Seattle gets to sit for a good long time, about an hour. And then I'll have to shake off that crust and come out and do it again. Brad Peters, what a show he put on to send this team to win the game, really, to go on the run. That was the difference in this game, was Brad Peters' string of shots.
Frankly, it feels like the screenshots he made were what closed the door.
Yes.
That's what kept the lead. That's what kept Texas far enough at bay. That's really, I'm with you.
Yeah.
And you got to give some shout-outs on the defensive end as well. You know, there was definitely a lot of deflections there from Jordan and Barrett. I mean, they did their thing just to disrupt the flow of Texas as well. And like you said, Brad Peters, man, knockdown, drag-out shooter.
Yeah, what a game. Everyone on Seattle just played a great one. All right, boys, I will sign off. Let's hope to give you a good one to watch.
Best of luck out there, Jeremy.
Good luck, Jeremy.
Thanks, fellas.
Kick some ass.
We've just had a report from the referee, Kyle Phillips, who said it was a great, intense, hard-fought, clean, and safe game. And so we love hearing that. We love hearing that. My goodness. Sully! Holy cow. A correction from
What a ride.
about 45 minutes ago.
Ride that was.
A correction from about 45 minutes ago. You said that I said the Detroit Demolition Team would Pokemon go to the finals on our podcast. But in fact, I was just speaking on your behalf. You were saying you expected that team
I apologize.
to Pokemon go to the finals.
I apologize. You just gave an intuitive quip for me on my behalf, and I greatly appreciate that.
That's how I roll, baby. Intuitive quips.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I apologize for the the misconception that some of the listeners might have. I select
the Seattle D team.
There you go.
I'm not picking anybody.
I respect that.
All right, we have the Chicago D team that we saw. So again, this is an interlude for two purposes. We got to get de-seeding done, but also this allows the unlimited players to come down off of that high, rejuvenate. It's a mentally and physically exhausting experience, and it gives us a chance to share a showcase with our of the D teams, of the future of the sport. to WhirlyBall Nation, as we are joined on the microphone from Sully, your fellow Clevelander, Mr. Jared Dobies.
What's going on, boys?
Welcome to the show. What did you think of that last Unlimited game?
I would say Texas played really good.
Yeah, they
definitely Bolte started to get hot in that first half.
Yeah, dunking on a goalie. We haven't
yeah.
seen that in a while.
That was very impressive from his aspect, but they put a little bit of a taller goalie back there with Barrett and kind of shut him down for a little bit.
Yes.
And it only took a little bit because they still were putting up constant points. However, the few defensive stops that Barrett did provide for them against Bolte was the difference in Seattle being able to expand that lead a little more and eventually seal the deal.
And then just when you have 5 shooters on a Seattle team just like that, it's very hard to.
Would you have put money on the fact that Brad Peters was going to be the guy who put up the points to win the game there in that stretch? You know, obviously, Joe and Eric and Barrett. I mean, Barrett in the first half was keeping them in it, but Peters put together that run. Would you have put money that it was going to be Brad Peters?
Oh, Brad Peters is very underrated.
Yeah.
And, as my fellow brother would say, Brad Peters is always drilling shots and not oil.
Love to see it.
Well, I had a brief conversation before Seattle took the court with Eric LaPlante, actually, and I said he was actually the most underrated player in Seattle, as he gets the flowers, but probably not enough of them. I said he's got the quickest trigger in WhirlyBall. He said he's been shooting like that his entire life because he grew up in the center, and he did his thing in that first half. In the second half, he had the dog, so you know what? He played his role. He's cherry-picked very well. Yep. I don't think he attempted a shot, and he didn't have to because he did the job that he was supposed to do and set up everybody else. And like you said, Brad Peters was the guy getting free. And let's not discredit what Eric was able to do.
That's right.
Get those defenders back to 1-2 welds, and everything from the middle was wide open for those guys. So once again, underrated player, doesn't get enough flowers for the job he does.
Joe Tiffany, who we will always call Joe Tiffany despite our best efforts, he will be the first to tell you that he believes Eric is a better shot than Joe.
I think he's being a little modest.
I think Joe's trying to be humble, but come on, we all know Joe is up there.
Yeah, I think there's a secret sauce to it. I think from mechanics, from repetition, from automatics, I think you may have a point that Eric is, certainly clear that Eric is a top-tier unlimited level shooter, to your point. And those 5 guys just play absolutely selflessly. One of the best shooters in WhirlyBall. You want me to take the dog? You want me to go float? You want me to set a screen? I'll set you up. You shoot behind me. Let's go. Let's go. That's how we play.
And absolutely. That's why those guys play so well together, because all of those guys can play that exact same role. So it doesn't matter. You saw Joe Tiffany get a bunch of blocks in the first half. You see him deflect a lot of passes. And then when he needs to shoot, he drops buckets. That as simple as that.
Yeah.
So an Eric LaPlante could do the exact same thing. Although he's on the shorter side, he is very disruptive on the defensive end. Yeah. So it doesn't matter where you put these guys. And that's why they rotate very well. You mentioned the camaraderie that they have from growing up together, playing in the center together, starting WhirlyBall together. That matters. That time together matters a ton. So you see that, you know where the guy's going to be before he even gets there. It's a huge advantage, and that's why they're the defending, reigning unlimited champions. And they took on this new Texas team first time, and they handled their business. It's a close game, but they handled the business.
Close game. And it really was. The score at the end there belied just how close that game was. It really felt like it was just a few possessions that were the difference there. And you could just as easily have seen Texas go on a run like that and Seattle not be able to answer, which would have, gone the other way. It's very conceivable. I think Jeremy is spot on when he says that those last couple of games established the credibility for Texas to be there.
Without question, because I feel like a lot of people, even though they won't admit it, they probably pegged Texas to get destroyed. They probably pegged them to get beat down.
Absolutely.
You know, they probably said they don't belong here. They're going to get whipped on by this experienced Michigan team. And even if they somehow get past Michigan, the Seattle team's too much for them. And you know what? They belong. Period.
Yeah, this is one of those interesting. Sorry, I'm just paying attention to this D game that's on screen as we're talking about it. Walter is up there doing great work sorting this thing out with Jay. You know, we've got a couple of spotters up there helping the WhirlyBall employees who are running the board. You know, the ball went out of play, and so the referee grabs a new ball and throws it to their favorite player. And it's good that Walter can get that sorted. You know, in the unlimited division, again, we had Kyle Phillips holding it down up there. Or in the unlimited tournament, rather. It's not a division. And we just really appreciate that all that help. That top-tier competition. So, Jared, I got a question for you. With Bolte posting up as a floater and dunking on goalies and doing it so successfully in that first half of the unlimited game against Seattle, do you think that's going to change that West Canaan Coyotes strategy going into the A Division tournament?
No, I think they're going to still try and play that same game, maybe a little bit differently, but Bolte is for sure definitely a dominant floater, and you got to watch out for him at all costs.
Yeah.
I do believe that team is the #1 seed right now. Am I wrong in saying that? Brad Reading did say they were. I do believe they said they were in first.
I mean,
at the time of recording, of course.
Well, I haven't checked. I know they've gotten beat by a couple of Seattle teams.
I know they're definitely like top 3.
Yeah, they're definitely top 3. I don't know who won it. I think James's team was. I haven't seen how they did today, but James's team was way up there. You know, I think the Texas team was. You know, I think they only have 2 losses out of about 10 or 12 games played. Yeah, I mean, they're a top-notch team. That A team is a top-notch team. And with Mario being out and Brad Reading being in, does that make it 4 players on the West Canaan Coyotes are on their unlimited team? And it's Snowy for somebody.
Doc, I believe?
Snowy for Doc. It's Snowy for Doc.
Yeah, that's their A team, correct? Now, if they're putting this much of a fight up in Unlimited, the A tournament, they're going to be rip-roaring and ready to go.
Yeah, you know it. I mean, this really is, going to help them for sure. And as we've got a 4-on-2 here in the D division, we found a screenshot, and the defense is going to get fixed. The Chicago's double floating, and they're going to send back a wedge early. The screen's going to drop. So close. They did 4 out of 5 things perfectly.
Well, the thing is, you know, we play with these guys back at home, and, you know, Zanko's probably their best player. Vince has been playing for a long time. Zanko's number red 2, and he's got a fantastic shot. He just needs guys to set him up. And Vince, like I said, he plays our leagues year after year after year. He's played a couple nationals, I do believe, also in D. And Sean, of course, the son of our former owner, Rick Morad, is getting more accustomed to the game. So, you know, this is a developmental team, and they've worked together very well in the practices that they've come to and functioned together. They gave our other C team fits, you know, so I think they just need to play their own game, get out of their own head, being in a nationals environment. And, you know, they can score and they can play defense very, very well.
I mean, also you got to think that these guys' first time traveling to a different center, so it's the nerves, the different cars, the different backboards and stuff like that. So you have to take that into consideration a little bit.
High ceilings. You were seeing a lot of laser beam passes.
Sure.
High ceilings, yeah. You don't get that in Cleveland.
No, and I mean, for me, even in
the net
Seattle,
is
our
daunting.
ceilings, you know, our ceiling is about the height of Cleveland's.
Great shot there at 25. Great connection.
And it does look like you think Sean is one of these future of Cleveland superstars.
You know what? Sean wants to learn the game.
That's
he's come a long way from being a bratty little kid, to a guy that actually wants to function and be good. So, he's got a lot to work on with his shot. It's very rushed and quick, but the inside game is solid for him. When the court awareness gets there and his passing kind of gets up to the level of wanting to be in the C division, something like that. I know he aspires for things like that because he's come to me, on a not a little kid level, on a personal man level, and said, "Sully, what am I doing wrong? What can I do better? How can I get better?"
That's beautiful. And that's where it begins, right? All the lessons that you learn in organized team sports, the humility to be able to be coachable, all those things, those life lessons. It's beautiful to see that happening. You also think of, Joe Tiffany and Eric LaPlante playing, as teenagers, and look at where they are now, in the Unlimited tournament. And it's kind of cool to see that this is where it starts for Sean, who, when Cleveland gets an Unlimited team, as soon as you make it happen, it looks like Sean will be there in 10 years.
Hey, hopefully.
I can see it. I can definitely see it. That's the thing. He's a hard worker. He's definitely coachable, very coachable. They don't get 15-minute halves. They only get 10.
1 minute.
Let's go.
1 minute half.
They get 10 minutes.
Yes.
They get 10 minutes in the D division, 8 minutes in the A and C divisions, 10 minutes in the B division. And that's due to the numbers. Just an unbelievable 10 teams in the C division, 10 teams in the A division. As goalie gets a block.
But I'll tell you what, and I hate to be Cleveland biased in this commentary, but number 13, Larry is one of our guys that is very receptive of coaching. Came from nothing, and we said literally if we had a spot in C, he could comfortably play C. But we didn't want him to have to miss out on the experience of playing in his first nationals, traveling. So, you get to experience D. But honestly,
13,
from his skill level,
13 black?
13 black, yeah, that's Larry.
Okay.
He could play C, and we would have no problem with it.
Nice.
And we said that multiple times.
But if you're D eligible, right? You've been playing
Correct.
for less than 2 years, and
Do
you've been you haven't been to nationals before.
Yep.
I am a big proponent, even if guys like Barrett had to and Joe.
That's why they started. Yeah,
They had to play D first, right? And those guys were super good, and that's okay. It's the rookie division. You're allowed. There's a ton to learn. First time you see this kind of organized defense, first time you see teams built around a shooter, first time for a lot of stuff. And so it helps welcome you in.
Without question.
For sure. Larry has come a long way from the first day in practice when he started to now where he's at. He made a huge jump, and I'm just honestly super proud of him.
That's awesome. Proud of you guys for putting that work in, working with him and coaching him, helping keep that pipeline of players alive. It's what the sport needs to live.
Yeah, he just needs to, get those nerves out of the system, play loose and free. And it's not just the D division, it's the same with our A guys. First time in A, shake off those nerves, and all of a sudden, you're playing top level ball as you should. So, it's not just these guys, it's everybody with a new experience, Again, new center, first time here playing in Chicago, get those out, get those nerves out. And then you just play your game, play your solid game like you do at home. Again, a little adjustment to the cars, of course. It's a different center. A weld difference. So, we're used to half court being half court, 3-pointers. You got to pay attention to those stripes as we have a mechanical timeout, I do believe.
I believe mechanical timeout. There was a lot of fiery expressions out there on the court. Walter's helping interpret what's going on. We did see number 2 from Chicago there. Is that Robert? Robert Carroll try and calm everybody down.
Calm it down.
Calm it down, you gosh darn a-holes. Everybody's like, calm down. And I think it worked. You got to know how to talk to your team. That camaraderie that we talked about.
There it is. There it is, the camaraderie. As the clock's going, but we're are they playing or what are we doing? All right.
The clock is stopping.
Sean Morat does have the clock is stopped now.
Clock is stopped. Okay.
The clock's going. All right, here we go.
A WhirlyBall.
off to the races, as it were.
Gonna put up the 3.
Sean wants it. He's going to take it.
I like it. I
Here's
like
that-
it. All right. Boom shakalaka. All right.
Like I said, with this Cleveland team, they're going to have to keep their emotions in check, communicate very well, and you know what? Like I said, you got to get the ball to the guys that can score. Again, at home in leagues, Vince can score. Sean, again, a developing shooter. He can put the ball in the bucket. But again, Zenko is their guy, and you got to shake him free. So they got to know to communicate with one another to get this guy up court, make some plays, set up some screenshots, and they can be successful in this tournament coming up.
I do have a technical question here. Is anybody sitting near someone that's broadcasting the hockey game? I am hearing it in the headset, and I just don't want our live stream to get taken down because of it. Is there a cell phone in the window on the wide side with the hockey game on?
Yeah,
There
that's
is.
John Weber.
Okay, can we ask him to turn the volume down a little bit because the microphone is picking it up? Thanks, man. Okay, so now hopefully the live stream won't get taken down for a proprietary broadcast. All right. I have to admit, I am going through emotional cycles on these unlimited games. The intensity of it, the pit in my stomach, I was sweating towards the end of that game.
You and me both.
I have nothing to do with the outcome of this game, and I am so invested.
Yeah, the emotional roller coaster of this this tournament, and even the games in between are just the highs and lows. I mean, my goodness, it is all over the map, man.
I am glad that the A tournament is not tomorrow, so that however this ends out for those 15 unlimited players, they get a chance to have a day to recover.
Decompress.
Before they do it all over again.
All over
for
again,
their
that's
eight
right.
teams.
But that is what it's all about those best team, the best players from each team is battling it out.
Yeah.
That's the best of WhirlyBall right there.
The best of WhirlyBall. And an important case.
Joe! Nice deflection inside.
And a really important case to the point that Chile has been making for a long time about including teams, including centers, and deciding it on the court. Texas beating the Michigan Unlimited team, getting to Seattle, being in the game the entire way. Seattle goes on, I'll call it, Seattle goes on one run to put the game out of reach. Just a couple of minutes were the difference in that 30-minute game.
And like I was saying before, you know, I've mentioned on my podcast that you know, I did pick Texas to beat that Michigan team, and I was not shocked. I was not surprised, and I don't think any of the Texas guys were surprised either.
Now,
they
did you
came
pick
in
them
expecting to win.
eliminate Michigan?
I did not pick them to eliminate.
Yeah. So
I
now-
did pick them to win a game.
Win a
So, you know what? The Michigan team, full of veterans. They've been here before. They've won here before. This is their moment to say, hey, let's recollect our thoughts. Let's see the micro adjustments we have to make in this game. Is there a car adjustment? Is there stop Bolte adjustment? Is there anything that we have to apply to get the W the second game to get to Seattle? You know, so it's I wanted some spice,
Yeah.
and we got it.
That's how spice. Now, I really also loved what Jeremy was saying when we asked him who would he like to play again, and he said, Texas. I want revenge.
I respect that.
And
I respect that.
he's going to get it.
You
He's
know,
gonna-
he wants to knock that chip right off that damn shoulder
Yes.
that they had going in and knock him down off that high horse because, again, the Texas is going to come in and say, hey, we beat this team already. We just need to apply the principles that we did that were successful in that first game, albeit close. It was close. But
Nice shot, Zenko.
But hey, we need to come out firing. We need to come out in control of our emotions, get the momentum rolling, and get that win back. So again, veteran team.
Anything can happen in a team game.
Oh.
Wow. To recount, the red team picked up the ball, drove into the corner. When he bounced into the corner, the ball bounced out of his scoop. He wasn't able to pick it up. Black went over and picked it up in a wide open layup and threw the ball out of play. And so now we restart with red possession of full 30. Like it never happened in the first place. I love this juxtaposition.
Goodness gracious. You see some things in D. There's no doubt about that. Hell, you see some things in A.
Well, yeah. I mean, incredible. Incredible.
Absolutely incredible. That's why I love this game so much.
If that had been the unlimited game, I would have been describing that there is some hidden genius that I'm just not seeing behind why they chose to drop the ball in the corner and launch that ball out of bounds. But I don't have that confidence in the D division.
You took your eye off the prize for a second there. That last play, the young man in red 4, he had a screenshot right from the middle of the court, but the ball wasn't in the trap. It was literally on the front of the trap, and he takes the shot and it spikes straight to the ground, and he's looking at his scoop. Young man, watch some Joe Tiffany tape.
Settle that ball.
That's why you roll that ball back, get that comfortable, nice high shot, and you feel it going up the track. It was literally sitting right in the front.
And so for some of the more uninitiated, as Sean's in the key.
Loses said scoop.
Oh my goodness, it's battle around. He's out of the key. He's crushing the scoop with a teammate. Everybody reset. We got 10 seconds. 5 in the key. No delay.
What a controversial game, and there's the call.
Oh my goodness.
I heard in the background there was a slash somewhere.
Oh, and they got another 2 points for a slashing. Maybe it was harassment. I don't know.
Maybe it was harassment. Oh my goodness, everything is going wrong for this Cleveland team here in the last minute as we close in with 7 seconds left on the possession clock as Red maintains a 3-point lead based off penalties, rolls into the corner. A nice veteran play from Red 6 to eat up some time.
3-point defense.
15 seconds.
3-point defense. That's the only thing that can hurt you.
They're setting the wall up in the key. He's trying to set a screen for Zanko.
4, 3,
Creeps up to the line. Deep
2.
shot's not going to connect. Sails high.
That also a veteran move to not pick that ball up. I like that. Although, just pick it up.
What a finish that was.
Well.
What a palate cleanser, right?
My boosh is amused. Oh, as we've got screaming in the ref booth.
I think that's Anthony Ola.
Wow. Wow, there's some choice language that we're going to mute for a second.
Yeah, mute. You're right to mute me too, yeah.
All right. Gentlemen, I'm on a microphone to WhirlyBall Nation.
That's why I asked to mute it. I was like, don't pick me up either. Don't pick me up.
Okay, WhirlyBall Nation, we just had to mute some theatrics as the end of that game and a couple of referee penalties to the tune of about 3 that were probably the deciding penalties in that game are being discussed spiritedly.
Hey, Noah.
Yes, Jared.
I got a question. So,
Hit me.
what do you think about Michigan's shiny shirts?
They caught my eye right away. Every year, so Michigan, the unlimited team for Michigan is called Michigan Unlimited. And they, okay, sorry, we've got a few things going on. Tommy, if you want to jump on for this Michigan game, we'll have you jump on for Jared for the game. If Jared, you're cool with that?
Yeah, whatever.
And then Jared, I'll answer your question here. These shiny Michigan shirts, they certainly catch my eye. I like the idea of maybe, I love the idea of Heisel going up real high to block somebody and then giving a little chest shimmy to try and catch a sparkle distraction in the eye. I haven't seen that employed, but I expect we might, and I look forward to it. All right, why don't we make the swaps? Jared, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Any final observations on that last Cleveland D game?
They just gotta get their stuff together, and we'll get them figured out for sure.
Yeah.
Come tournament day.
Yep. Very good. D tournament is tomorrow.
But I'm gonna leave you with one thing. I have Texas winning this game.
Oh! Jared is off the mic with a bold prediction. All right, and as we are switching seats and getting ready again in unlimited mode, we are joined again by Mr. Tommy Benavides. Thank you. Tommy, how are you, sir?
Distraught.
Distraught. Tell me more about your distress.
So, Michigan's supposed to have won already.
Yeah. Yeah, they were supposed to win a game.
Yes. No, all credit due to Texas. They also played Seattle strong. I thought that was the most impressive 2 games out of them I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, incredible. Incredible. So, Jarrett, before leaving, made a bold prediction. He called this game for Texas.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah.
So, here is my bold prediction.
Yeah.
Texas is going to run out of steam. They have not played Hardcore Unlimited before like this, and they've now played 2 Hardcore Unlimited games. So they've been playing for an hour hardcore. After a while, that takes a toll.
Yeah. So, Tommy, I totally agree with you. You know, just talking to Kyle Phillips, who stopped by, his referee prediction is he does not expect, he is prepared for the steam to not run out and for this to be an intense elimination game. So can you speak to the fact that because this is an elimination game, does that amp up the emotions, and does that drain you more?
I think you're just tired. It's like coming into the loser bracket. You are tired. I don't care what anybody says. You know, this is a sport. You are moving, you are pushing your body, and your body is tired. When you're winning, it's a little bit easier. When you're losing, you're struggling, you're pushing harder, you're stretching more. And the loser's bracket is the loneliest, hardest place to be.
Yeah, and Jeremy also said, so now Texas has just come off a loss from Seattle. Michigan lost to Texas, and so the very next game Michigan plays is their revenge game. This is not the revenge game for Texas. The one that Texas wants, the one that they're thinking about is Seattle. The one that Michigan has been thinking about for an hour has been this game.
Yeah, I don't think they took Texas lightly coming into the game, but I think them winning probably surprised 90% of the people here, including some Texas players. I mean, let's face it, they were not favored to win, and they shocked a lot of people. And good for them. I'm glad they did. But so right now, I'm going to put a bold prediction out there: 38-22.
38-22, that's a big win by Michigan. Right now, I do want to mention that on the court, it looks like Ross is negotiating with Jeremy to that was competing 5-point palm strike exploding heart techniques that were well defended.
We're good?
We're good, baby.
Excellent.
As Sully joins us on the microphone, as Jeremy, I think they have negotiated changing out cart 20 after observing the last game, perhaps. But looks like Texas is requesting changing cart 20.
I would say they could probably do the same for Black 1, to be honest. That thing's a dog.
And again, this is really unfortunate that Ours are playing this much of a factor in the game.
Do you see that they're playing that much of a factor?
I do.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see those hot streak, these great shooters. I mean, let's face it, we've got great shooters in Seattle,
You do,
Michigan,
yeah.
Texas, and
to
they're
have
being
it
hindered.
taken away, right, and forced to hide.
There's a difference between, oh man, they're facing great defense, or they're facing a great wall, they're facing a tall guy, versus ours just not moving that fast, they're not getting it.
Without question, it's a detriment. You know, you're slower in transition on both sides, offensively, defensively, and in order to kind of mitigate that, you have to either put your goalie in the slow car or your picker. And when you're a team that likes to rotate all of your guys, it becomes a hindrance.
Absolutely, and let's also acknowledge the fact that Texas has some big guys out there, so whoever gets the dog, the slow car, that's a lot to be pushing around in a slow dog car.
Without question. Well, another difference, Tommy, as we alluded to in a couple commentaries, is that the black cars are technically taller than the red cars. So that gives shot advantage to the black team when they're on offense, and a defensive detriment, because those extra inches, they do matter. And I know that is exactly what she said. However, when it comes to guys that are trying to block shots in the red cars, they're sitting much lower. So those shots that are normally blocked are getting right over their scoops and into the net. So it's a big difference, not just with the speed of the cars, but the height is completely different.
Oh, is it the steering arm in 20?
Oh, yeah. You know, there have been a couple of cars that have had really odd steering behaviors. There was one that I think a piece of the sprocket that connects the steering to the drive wheel that drives the chain, where you had a good quarter turn where nothing would happen, and you had to get out of that quarter turn of slop before the car would actually turn.
You mean car 14?
Was it car 14?
I'm not saying I played with that car several times, but I played.
Well, what I experienced is that, yesterday I broke a chain.
Attaboy.
Yep, that was fun.
Too much power.
Yep, and then we went way too strong for these cars. And today on court 2, I don't know which number of the car it was, but the handle is not secure. So when I tried to turn, it popped right off.
Yes.
Careful with that motion, boys.
And the referees just said, put it back on. I'm like, what?
And I love the sportsmanship here. You love to see it. This is a grudge match in all the right ways. We want to compete at the top level as we begin the first elimination game. Both of these teams have lost once in this double elimination tournament. The loser goes home. The winner goes to see Seattle in the first game of the finals. And this is the first start to a half I think we've seen without a long three being taken.
Well, they broke the wall very well and got
They
a
did.
nice open shot, which didn't go down for Ross, but they're going to get back in transition and set up their defense here.
Nice.
Four-man wall at three
And
wells.
you can see Bolte squeaking out to wedge. And now a 2-2 wall, 2-2 box. Michigan has a 3-2 here. And nope, Ross is back inside.
Balti's going to leave to try to take advantage of Clint creeping up just a little bit. But Jeremy's going to get a wide open screen because there's no wedge, and he makes him pay. 2 points on the board for Michigan.
So Bolte and Brad are going to double float, maybe. Or double cherry. That'll be interesting.
Well, anything to get those guys hot, because they're going to be the main offensive weapons here, as you've shown in the previous games that they've played. Snowy goes low off the rim. But yeah, they want to get these guys with the ball in their hand, get them going as quickly as possible so they can put points on the board and go not necessarily back and forth with this Michigan team, but be able to.
Did they get the call?
No!
No call. They're going to let him play.
Kyle did say, we're going to let these boys play. It
That'll
could get
set the
ugly
tone.
out there.
Hopefully we don't get into street justice as Michigan runs out of possession.
No blood, no foul, am I right?
No, you're not right.
I take it back, Noah. I take it all back.
Maybe a Brad reading trap here. Nope.
Blows the gum, sets it for a screen. No, just low.
Yeah. All right, so Tommy, this factor about, some of these shots, like the one that Sam had, hey, John are up the middle, you'll love to see it. The one that Brad had there, open screen shot, Sam open angle shot, but they're not hitting. Is that some of that tightness?
I don't know. Again, I think it's fatigue.
Fatigue.
I think that they are fine. They feel confident. They're not worried about missing.
Oh.
They're just tired. And
Zach!
See that sweet, sweet touch pass.
Oh my gosh.
And Sammy loves those angles.
yes.
Collect it, hit it. Jeremy doing all he can to disrupt that pass.
I feel like I've seen this movie before. Texas got down early against Seattle as well and battled back to tie the game.
Brad Reed calling for that ball. Yeah, you're right.
I think it was a 6 or 7-0, if 7-0, I do believe, in the last game.
We got a Chris Bolte trap right here, which is going to set up their offense.
And maybe, like I said, those micro adjustments.
Ooh. And now we got another Bolte trap coming, I think. Nope, Sam on Bolte.
Johnner says,
Yeah.
no, you are not going anywhere.
They're double picking on Chris. Make somebody else beat you.
Hello, there it is.
Rising to the occasion.
Cool, calm, and collected.
He loves that. He would have no problem playing offense.
And he's got that sweet, screenshot. 3 welds up the middle. Money.
Well, like we mentioned in the last game, he is such a versatile player. Dominant goalie, dominant cherry picker, great shot. And have a guy like Ross that's to be able to play each side of the ball effectively is definitely to Texas' advantage. But like I said, Michigan keeping a close eye on Bolte.
Sammy leaking out. Brad a little cold.
Nice flip of the scoop there from Brad Reading, by the way.
Clint, a little nervous about that, but good
Lean.
pass.
Sammy feeling it as Michigan goes up by 8. Again, with the cars being even, the black cars are a little taller. Little advantage of the black car. But that, I don't think, had anything to do with this first 5 minutes.
Correct. Michigan's playing loose. They're playing fast, and they're keeping their eye on Bolte.
And that was his first shot of the game.
Oh, wow.
2-on-1, back to Clint. Oh, no.
Zach Johnner.
He's feeling it.
He is feeling.
Goodness gracious, their offense is going so quick, taking advantage of 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s.
We got 4 up here.
And everything has just been from 2 welds out. You can't let Michigan shoot from 2 welds out.
I don't think so. No goal.
They're saying no.
Oh, no goal!
5 seconds in the key. That's unfortunate because that's that whole momentum boost.
Yes.
Brad Reading checking his eye socket. As Clint Fisher looks to set up here. Gets the ball out to Jeremy Bennett. No good on that long 2.
Yeah, we talked this through thoroughly and got it all.
Ross gathers from the corner.
And said, I understand.
Bolte is free. Bolte is free. Bolte is free.
I spent 2 hours.
Send
working
out
this
the alarms.
to get it approved.
A jailbreak has occurred. Bolte is on the board. And this is exactly what Michigan wanted to avoid. That's the one guy you don't want to get going.
It's going to happen. He's going to score. Question is, can you contain him enough to where it's only a couple of baskets? Right now,
Correct.
It's been 6 minutes and he scored once. That's gold.
I think that's a great just job well done from Michigan's game plan.
As gold as the shirts on their chest.
Glistening and glimmering indeed.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
Guys, I don't think I'm educated enough to be on this podcast.
Tommy, you are welcome anytime.
Oh boy, Clint and Jeremy getting up. They might have gotten a piece of that. Making that screenshot real tough.
Now Johnner's got it. If he can get a nice pass. Oh, it was a nice pass. Okay.
Oh, how quick was that?
He should go.
Oh, Clint with a tough angle.
Man.
Cannot connect. There's that clean look again, but goes high on this one.
There's only 8 points, 8 minutes in the first half.
Look at this trap.
Woo!
Johnner said he likes to play mean and he likes to be thought of as working harder than Darby. So
That's a great comparison, actually.
yeah.
Great comparison. One of the hardest working cherry pickers.
That looked good.
Remember, the laser doesn't lie.
What a great pass by Ben.
The referees gave that that broken laser a goal.
I had a conversation this morning. They said he came in and scooted that box up there with the laser in it back a few inches, and he said that was the issue. Because if you hit it dead nut center, it would not go off. And I said, you're discrediting good shots? The best of the best shots do not count and light up the laser.
Oh,
Well, then I've been hitting the best of the best shots all week.
Focus, gentlemen. Focus.
Sorry. Ross able to get there. Sam stealing it away. Wow, Sam able to pull that ball away from Ross.
2-on-1 if they want it.
Oh, they want it.
a very rare 2-on-1.
Oh, boy.
Oh, a rare miss.
Too open. Too open. Sometimes when you're playing through scoops,
And they're going to make a pay right here. Sorry.
oh, no, you're spot on.
That's
Boldy
the
with
man of the
unlimited
hour.
patience.
That's the man of the hour.
I wouldn't have been surprised if he shot that without looking. He knows exactly where that ball is going.
And center of the court, 2.5 welds. Man, you want to talk about automatic. He's very patient on that play. Let him set the defense so they can get back. 2 points, and it's an 8-point game. Jeremy with a sharp shot goes wide. Texas back on offense here. Russell going to set up.
Wall pass to Bolte. Sam in a nice wedge position.
Brad's creeping. It's creeping at the back door. But Bolte said, you know what? This is my show. No, good. Goes low, but gets it back. Yeah, you can't let second chance opportunities pass. Bolte makes them pay. But Sammy, from that angle, man, does he love that shot.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
How many years of practice, Tommy, do you got to get good at that?
He started playing in 1991.
So there's still hope for me.
Me as well. I was 6.
All right, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I was older than 6 in 91. I was not.
Just old enough to start playing the game of WhirlyBall.
Yeah, should have been. Should have been.
I feel like my parents did me a disservice by not starting me at 6 years old. So I could hang with Sam Kim. Clint Fisher, not known for the offense, but he's playing that side of the ball today.
Clint's actually a really good shooter. His biggest problem is the same problem that you have with a lot of defenders.
You know, there's what's that?
Yeah, what's
the
that
problem?
What you lose on defense when you're up on offense is worth the trade-off. Oh, you made a basket. Big deal. They're coming down and scoring on us.
Right.
Our tallest guy.
Right.
Is gone. And that's exactly what
That
happened.
should have been a slash, but we're not going to call it.
Letting them play indeed. Kyle did say right before the game started, hey, knockdown, drag out type of a contest here. Maybe 2 questionable scoop fouls. Kyle Phillips lets it go. As Carter with his most comfortable shot misses just low. Michigan still maintains his 8-point advantage.
Sam over the middle here. Take the screen. Oh,
No, he's not. Brad reading quick with the trigger.
And that was a pass to Johnner. That was not a shot.
But he would not allow the easy pass as Active Hands gets in there and breaks it up. But guess who's back? Oh my God!
What? Why, Sully?
It was the cord, bro. I didn't think it was full. I sincerely apologize.
That is
It got
unfortunate.
wrapped
Whoa.
up in that. You okay?
I'm good.
Did I get you a little wet?
the beer spill is going to be okay. Is Jeremy lining up a shot?
I wasn't talking about the beer.
Friends and family, Sully.
I know.
As Michigan setting a high wall.
Is it me, or is Jeremy just not looking like he normally does?
I think defensively, he's still very active. Accurate passes, setting up Johnner. If you're referring to the shot, I kind of agree, but this'll help.
Oh.
Never mind, Tommy. You might be on to something.
What are you seeing, Tommy?
Jeremy, after the game, needed to go collect himself.
Oh.
And
He did some commentary with us.
Yeah, I think he's in his head. He's in his own head.
Well, despite him being cold, we have a 6-point advantage for Michigan.
Oh, boy.
There it is.
4 points.
I would be
2
very
minutes
interested
remaining.
to know, okay, there you have 16. Both you scored 6 or 8 of them. So I think it's at least, it's probably half 8. Maybe 10.
All good, all good.
2 minutes.
Snowy!
Oh, my goodness.
And just like that, 2-point game.
Point game, 50 Texas.
Unbelievable.
Actually, I think it's very believable. This Texas team has nothing but fight, nothing but composure, and all they did was settle in, just like that Seattle game. Like I said, not a large deficit, but a deficit nonetheless. Great defense inside. But they just stuck to the plan.
Brad Reading is in. And the ball
bad
bounces off of his car.
Right off the front of the car.
Takes a Michigan bounce.
The Michigan bounce, yeah. As they do take over here on offense. Right on his scoop. That's Sammy! If you look at the spray chart, Tommy, if you look at the spray chart, it is all from right underneath us in that corner.
I also love him allowing Carter to have his scoop on the ball as he just drives away to create.
He just got in his position. He got in his spot.
Will they see final shot before the half?
Sam's
Take a
looking.
6-point lead.
I think Sammy was showing off some of that 1991 experience. What do you think? Jeremy high off the rim again, and frustration kicking in visibly on his face as he's upset with himself that he's not connecting on what is normally easy buckets for Jeremy Bennett.
I don't know if I like Jeremy staying up there as opposed to going and blocking Bolte.
Oh, this is the last shot, so I know he's trying to make his way up court to be disruptive.
Oh, no. Ball thrown away here. I don't know if they're going to get a shot off. Michigan throws up a prayer. Wasted opportunity for Texas there. For the first time in the 2 halves they played against Michigan, they were not able to convert in the last possession there.
22-18. So Texas should score 4 more points.
And needless to say, what a game. Johnner is visibly frustrated.
Well, he got slashed a couple of times by, or at least perceived slashed a couple of times by Ross. On-court apologies when you continue, when you perceive that the person is continuing to commit the violation just because it's not called. Those apologies ring hollow, and they'll be fine. But right now, it's the top tier of competition, and like Tommy said, sometimes Johnner's playing better when he's mad.
Yes. There's certain people you don't want angry, and there's certain people you don't talk trash to because they play better.
Yeah.
All right, first half's over. What'd you guys see?
For me, it went quick because I think I'm getting calibrated to the 15-minute halves is a big part of it.
Yeah, agreed.
Jeremy, you're right. Jeremy was not scoring like you thought. He might. Michigan was doing what they could to find who was hot. Who was hot was Sam Kim. Bolte was able to score a little bit. Michigan focusing entirely on him. Brad Reading not able to put up together a run, being serviceable and keeping him in the game. But Snowy starting to hit and hitting a few shots. And always when you can bring in an extra an extra shooter, an extra threat, someone else you have to think about, that can multiply pretty quick. And so the more you have to pay attention to somebody that's not Bolte, the more Bolte is going to get open. Double picking on Bolte has been leaving them with open screenshots. What did you see, Tommy?
Well, I see a more relaxed Michigan team other than Jeremy. I think Texas is sticking with their game plan, which is why not? They won a game. They took Seattle to the last 5-6 minutes. They had a lead against Seattle in the second half. It's like, it's working for Texas.
Well, I'll tell you a little bit of what I saw is that at the beginning they were trying to contain Bolte, which was keeping him down low on the defensive side, maybe a little dogging action when it came to getting him up court, and that's how they got that early lead, is because Bolte didn't attempt a shot until about 5 minutes into the first half. Right. So they kind of got away from that. They let Bolte up court. Other guys on the team did hit shots. Ross hit a couple there, but eventually they crawled back into the game because Bolte got up court.
You're all right.
So we'll see what kind of adjustment they try to make here. Maybe they try to employ the same strategy as not letting him up court, maybe putting 2 guys on him, letting other guys beat him. But right now, they're maintaining a lead of 4 here as we enter the second half.
And we are underway as Sam just bottom rims out. As that wall collapses, Brad Reading lunged. Sam was able to find some open space. Big defensive glob here, pushing an outside wall. Playing defense with 5.
And 2 of them are on who?
2 of them have
where he is.
Sandwich.
I heard it was delicious.
A lot of meat.
A lot of meat. A lot of meat. The Sam Kim shot, no good for Brad.
And they got a 3-on-2.
And there's a reason why it was no good. It's because he's not Sam Kim.
Correct. He hasn't been practicing that since '91. Johnner missed the opening shot here, but Jeremy maintains possession as he collects the rebound. Puts up another shot, but no good. One more time for the one time. No, still ice cold.
I do like Jeremy taking repeated shots, because if he can crack that ice, it's going to be a different game.
Absolutely.
You know the rules, man. Shooter's gonna shoot. Shooter's gonna shoot.
Austin Carter.
Austin, that was a great shot.
I love it.
Because no one expected it, and you can't just say, Bolte, win it for us.
Right, and they had a nice high wall set after the shot was taken. So like you say, when your defensive guys take the shots, you sacrifice the defense, but not in that case. Snowy able to get his own rebound.
Yeah, Carter from the middle of the court, man, is just buckets. A very underrated shooter, as he is a primary defender, but man, can he put the ball in that backcourt.
Ball is slippery today.
5 seconds left on the possession. What is Brad Reading going to do?
Miracle 3.
No, good off the top of the backboard.
Which is arguably harder to hit than the target itself.
I never thought about it like that, actually.
Should be worth more.
Now that's going to be in my head when I play.
You got to explain to your teammates, that's actually harder to do than hitting the center of the net.
Clint rolling up. Oh,
Sam Kim
my goodness.
rolling up his scoop, lets one rip. 2 points on the board. He is the hot hand here. Him and Johnner have supplied the majority of their offense so far.
Yes, and I do like Jeremy staying on Bolte, even though he's on the offensive side, but Bolte's nowhere to be found on his offensive side.
They're playing Where's Waldo when it's actually Where's Bolte on the court, because Jeremy's making it a point to go find him first. Jeremy affecting the game in a different way. Normally it's on the offensive end, but this half seems to be more on the defensive side to keeping track of Bolte. As Johnner misses high.
Yeah, I think Jeremy is certainly hawking Bolte, asking for some help to do so. Looks like he's asking for a sandwich here.
He's going to be joined by Clint Fisher here at midcourt.
Ross trying to disrupt it, does a good job of it. Bolte may have a screenshot here.
Clint's got the side eye on Bolte as Jeremy plays behind him.
Ross is open here.
Extremely open.
Clint goes to close it. Michigan's got a 2-on-1.
5 seconds on the possession.
Michigan
You got to rip it.
Great position there.
Or dump it.
I think the dump to buy some time. What did you see, Tommy?
I hate the dump. Just take a shot. A dump can get you nothing. A shot, maybe. You get a miracle basket.
Quickly out to Sam. Sam floats it right back in the middle of Jeremy. Jeremy outside to Johnner. Yeah.
Beautiful play.
That ball movement. Wow.
Now this ball, if it goes all the way to the corner, they have a chance to trap Bolte in the corner.
I don't know if that was. I think Austin should have kept him up for the ball because now Bolte's going to be trapped.
Clint let him go.
Jeremy once again affecting the game in a different manner. Gets the tip, but Brad Reedy maintains possession. Making his way up court, Bolte looking to shake free. Does just that. Snowy setting him up, looking dead at the backboard, expecting the shot, and guess what?
Wow.
Once again, sound the alarms.
Oh, no.
Fisher.
Sound the alarms. Bolte was free on that one. A jailbreak, gets the screen, crawls within 4.
3-on-2 here.
Johnner visibly frustrated at that long pass that sailed over his head when he was open. But you know what? Gathered himself, composed and collected, playing mean.
You're not going to like him when he's angry.
Look at his face. Look at Johnner's face right now. That is a face of a man on a mission. He is visibly
and his mission
pissed.
Is pain.
Texas's misery is Johnner's pleasure.
Yeah, I love this. So Michigan seems to have come alive in the last couple of possessions.
Absolutely. Lets it fly. No good. Once again, I love this from Jeremy. Shooter's going to shoot.
Yeah.
He is not being passive whatsoever.
You got to keep testing it.
I like Johnner taking this right now.
Johnner hits the spin move. I think a portion of him wants to just dunk on Ross right now. But he's going to think better of it. Team player Sam setting up right behind him. Checks his defense as he knows he has an open screen. Making sure everyone's good. Lets it fly. No good.
I'm not
sure what happened there.
But it got to its intended recipient.
Who's that guy with the ball?
Number 23. That's the number of Michael Jordan, isn't it?
How apropos.
In the city of Chicago.
Angry. There he is.
Once again, just a note on that previous shot. How underrated is that shot from Carter? My goodness.
They just messed up the score.
They messed up the score.
It's 32-22.
It's 32-22.
22.
I
don't know.
They just gave the points to the wrong side. 32-22. Okay. Maybe.
I disagree, but
okay. I'm sure someone's got that up.
I do believe this is being recorded. Check the tapes. Check the tapes. Johnner, just a good high.
Scott, did they
make a mistake here? Yes.
By whom? Alrighty. Okay, so we've been told the score may be correct, which is the best kind of correct. 4-point game.
Lord knows we don't need conscious. Snowy, yep. At Clint Fisher out of position. Gives props to Snowy. Snowy trying to get him amped up with the big yelp of let's go. And Sam Kim says, calm it down.
And let's face it, Snowy is playing great right now.
Yes, he is.
Doing the dirty work, as it were. Doing the dirty work. Just like I kind of mentioned that Eric LaPlante was doing the exact same thing for Seattle last game. The dirty work, setting up Peters, getting them free. It's the same exact thing that's going on with Snowy right now. Doing all the grunt work, getting dirty down there in the key. And without scoring himself, he's putting points on the board.
Oh my goodness. Angry Zach.
Every time he makes a bucket, he just lets somebody know. Gives him a little glare as Michigan goes up by 6.
Oh boy. You know, Zach, who was the commentator crew's pick for MVP the last time Michigan won Unlimited in Texas.
Oh
my goodness.
What?
A block
Wow.
and in. When things go your way, things really go your way.
Goodness gracious. What a fortunate tip there for Snowy. Spin move. Sammy getting into that corner. Loves that angle. He's going to hit him with the lean. Maybe try. No. Deflected.
It's Ross in the back. Ross able to scoop it up.
Neither team has used the timeout here. They're just going to let it rock. 4-point game. But they do have one available just in case they want to collect some thoughts. Blows the gum. Takes the shot. No.
Close.
Good.
Also blows the shot.
You
That was
are
close, though.
Johnny on the spot, as it were. Jeremy, shooter's
my
got to
goodness.
shoot, but guess what? That rim
Give it back to
is
him.
just
Yes.
unfriendly.
Yes.
Here it is.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, an unlucky
Here it
foul
might
for
be.
Texas.
Here it might be.
Wah, wah.
There it is.
Johnner says, I got you, bro. Jeremy is 0 for the game, but guess what? Johnner does not care. Still playing the possession, getting the ball inside, putting Michigan up by 6.
5 minutes left in this elimination.
Look at this wall.
That is an impressive
And
wall.
Snowy able to drive enough to get a shot at Ben Heisel, but that wall at 7 welds. Oh, boy.
Oh, he wanted that one back. He wanted that one. That was the one. Trying to set up a 2-on-1 situation. Still, he sets the pick as
Nice
Lost hits
switch.
the outside, but great
Oh, boy.
transition defense.
Oh, Sammy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Sammy.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yes, sir. Great conversion. Leaning with it and rocking with it as Snowy connects. Pulls back within 4.
Bolt able to collect that up, send it right back to Snowy. Ross, if they hold a pick, they'll get a 3-on-2. There is no wedge here, so the screenshot's good.
Oh, the screenshot is good, Noah. You are absolutely correct. It's like you can see into the future.
Oh, boy.
Can we just say there is no quit in Texas?
Yeah. Great call. Fighting back this hard.
Sammy,
Was
straight
it good?
down the middle.
Was it good?
It was good,
I know
yes.
That was a long key.
John are not entirely pleased about the treatment his scoop received.
Who
Brad
would be?
Reading has an answer for him.
Didn't blow that shot, that's for sure.
And the 3-on-2.
Jeremy calling for it. Here comes Zach's shot.
Oh, the rim once again, the detriment of their offense. But Clint Fisher gathers. I got a strange feeling, guys. Jeremy Bennett's going to hit up.
There it is.
I couldn't get my thought out, but I was going to say that I got a feeling Jeremy Bennett is going to put a shot up that's going to be a game decider here for Michigan. Nice! Ben Heisel!
You forgot about his superpower.
Now we're coming into the range where they cannot call a timeout as they're going to come in within 2 minutes here. Quick passes back and forth. Bucket from Clint Fisher.
And, did you, and
The
Jeremy,
timeout should be coming right now.
there it is.
There it is.
Wow. Prescient. Did you see Jeremy duck back inside as soon as he read Clint was going? Love to see it.
All right, 8 points, a little over 2 minutes. What do you do? You're Texas.
What do you do if you're Texas? 8 points in 2 minutes. It's almost desperation time. I think I start this with a Bolty 3, and then I think I send a double cherry. And you try and hold Sam with that double cherry, but you may not be able to do it.
Yeah, the time you can't get 4 buckets in 2 minutes and 16 seconds and hope that, they're going to shoot fast. So,
Well, you'll get 4. You'll get a little less than 4 shots.
yeah.
So you get 3.
Yep.
So the first one you take a 3 right away, and then you need 2.
Yeah.
So that's
not enough. You need 8.
oh.
I think they let the
Oh,
defense kind of.
Tommy,
Just saying.
what do you do?
You take the 3, but you have to be ready for another 3. I don't think you can get away with just 1 3 to get up 8 points in 2.5. Now, Michigan might do something silly.
Yep.
You know, Sam and Johnner are not afraid to shoot that ball quick, but they've also been here before. So
Many a times.
I feel like we're going to see a quick 3. If it hits, that'll change everything.
So
if it misses, I think we're down 30 seconds instead of a 3-point defense.
yeah.
Statistically, I think obviously their highest scorer and better shooter is Bolte, but Carter is so automatic from 8 welds out in the middle of the court. I think he's taking this 3.
He's got the ball.
We also have a report as they begin circling for the beginning of the last 2 minutes and 16 seconds of this game. We've had a report that the video has been reviewed and the score is correct.
Oh, okay.
We sent it to the booth, huh?
We sent it to the booth.
The
double
booth in
check.
New York.
And, you know, Kyle and his support crew out there, including Bill. There's the 3.
There's the aforementioned shot. There it is.
And Jeremy might be free here.
So is Johnner.
Oh, no.
2 on none.
no.
Icing on the cake
Iced.
with the glare.
Yes.
With the glare, Zach Johnner seals it for the most part for Michigan.
Oh, man, you can see the emotion drain out of some of the Texas players' face there.
Yep,
Sure you do not need any baskets. Don't
You
need
know
any-
he loves to do that move. You play with him long enough, Tommy. Come on.
Drive around.
Little pump fake, the fake shot.
Oh, Johnner is angry.
He wanted another
Now
one.
we need a non-angry Johnner.
Yes.
He wanted another
We
one.
need oh my goodness, that's a lot of scoopage.
I haven't heard that term today yet, Noah. The scoopage. That was popular last year, the scoopage.
My goodness. 10 points here, so this game is mathematically over as long as Michigan does all the right things, which I'm sure they'll do. Can't say enough about this Texas team. Every game that they have played here, all 3 of them, they were in it the entire way. Tommy, you nailed it. There is no quit in Texas. Huge congratulations to them for breaking into the Unlimited tournament and getting their first win in the modern era. Just can't say enough good things about them. Congratulations to them. Michigan to getting their revenge on Texas, as Jeremy talked about. Gearing up for the finals against Seattle. It'll be the first game in this tournament, Michigan and Seattle.
Let's talk about that for a minute. What do you guys see? Michigan, Seattle. Michigan has to beat Seattle twice.
Have to beat Seattle twice. Tommy, you talked about fatigue. Michigan has played 2 games.
Yep.
Seattle has played 1. Is that enough of a difference that fatigue becomes a factor?
Well, the only thing that I would say is different is Michigan has played 3 hardcore games.
Yeah.
When it was just 2 teams and it's the best of 3, you win 1, you lose 1, then the game 3 becomes this fight. They've been there before. So I think this next game is going to be a great game. What I worry about mostly is if Michigan does win, do they have enough in the tank to do it twice?
Right.
We shall see.
We shall see.
So pleasure talking with you guys. Thank you for letting me join you up here, and we'll see you.
Tommy, thank
Tommy,
you for your
thank you.
insights.
Thank
and
you
your
very much.
predictions. Spot on. All right, and as always, looks like we're just going to be watching the same D team play over and over again, the Chicago D team. Joining us on the mic is Chicago man himself, Mr. Scotty McCarthy. Scotty, how are you, sir?
I'm well. Yourself?
I'm good. Any impressions of that last Unlimited game?
That was it was a nail biter there for a while, and
Give me 1 second. We're getting report from Kyle Phillips here, who's going to talk to us. He was the referee of the last Unlimited game. Kyle, you were saying you called 1 slash. Is that right?
Correct, yes. 1 slash on Bolte, on Johnner under the key.
Yeah.
So other than that, it was pretty clean, fair, right? You know, there was a couple questionable calls, that happened early on. I think it was a little more of a scoop collision. Going for the ball, making a play on the ball.
Yeah, incidental scoop collision.
Exactly, right? So a little more lenient on that, just to make, want them to play.
Let them play, And I will say, the game was decided by the play, not the calls.
Absolutely.
That is the goal of every referee, is that the teams decided the game, and they were safe and fair games.
There was the one quick scoring question. You got it right. I think the ref hung the wrong on one side and the wrong back the other.
And we gave the points.
We video reviewed it just to check. You guys got it right. So the play, the winning team won that game. As silly as it sounds. My inner John Madden. The team with the most points won that game.
Yeah, and also, great job on the. There was one shot that hit the center of the target. The laser didn't go, and you guys were all over that as well. So just really good job. They're calling for a referee, but that's not me.
And that is not me.
Yeah.
We had Chicago all laid out as to who was going to cover those games, and it's not me because that's my D team.
All right. Do we need to send you, Scotty, to go find a referee here?
I think so.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
I
look
Kyle.
forward to refereeing the final game. So.
Yeah. Appreciate all your service here. This isn't an easy thing to do. All right, and we are off looking for a referee. Scott McCarthy is on the case. Oh my goodness! There's so much excitement, so much drama. There's so much drama in the Vernon Hills.
Noah, give me your thoughts about angry Zach Johnner that last game. Did his emotions play a factor in that victory for Michigan?
Yes, absolutely. So Zach Johnner became the engine that drove that Michigan car, right? So Sam Kim is clearly the threat. He's always going to be the threat. But yeah, Zach Johnner was the engine that drove that Michigan team to a victory. Angry Zach in particular.
Without question. I feel that, even with Jeremy being ice cold that game, they somehow still battled. He affected the game in other ways. Great defense on Bolte, several plays, deflecting passes, making sure he knew where he was on the court to stagnate Texas's offense there, just to get Michigan a couple extra buckets to keep them in the lead for good. So, good job out of both teams, first of all, both teams. But like you mentioned, Zach, once he got pretty upset at half, he came out and was firing. He was firing that entire game. Him and Sam Kim were the majority of that offense. So it was an amazing sight to see. I can tell you that. Him fired up was thrilling to watch from afar, and an amazing honor and pleasure to be able to commentate that type of competitive game. Again, from both teams, it was amazing to see.
Yeah, the effort, the energy, the expertise. Zach just throwing the game on his shoulders at times. In particular, to call them layups isn't fair. The really tight angle shots with his back to the basket as he turns to have to make them, and sends them in with such vim and vigor.
Yes. Great way to describe it. But yeah, now it's time to take that break, get your breath, collect your thoughts, grab a lot of water, and get back at it, because you have to defeat the Seattle team, the defending champs, 2 times in a row.
Yeah.
Mighty tall order.
Absolutely. Now, Michigan looked pretty good last game, obviously getting that victory, and that was, like I said, despite 2 points from Jeremy Bennett. So if they can get him going, along with Sam Kim staying hot, I think they definitely have a legitimate chance of taking at least the first game and getting to that final game of Unlimited. So this is going to be a wild ride.
Yeah. Any given Sunday, right? So
it's Monday. Weird for a national tournament, I know, but
but here we are, playing it out. And, boy, you can really tell that Texas is off the court. There's a lot of enjoyment and excitement at the bar. The noises are spilling over. And good for them, and congratulations to that Texas team again. So any given Sunday. So this Michigan team has beaten this Seattle team. Maybe not this exact formulation, but Michigan's beaten Seattle before for sure. These cars are somewhere in the middle. We saw, they have more. They have played more games. They played one more game out here in the division. They just won a game that was lose and go home, win and you're in. For all of the stakes, they have proven it. I agree that fatigue is a factor, but we played 3 games. Tommy knows more than I do about almost everything WhirlyBall, so I may be making a mistake by disagreeing with him here, but I don't know that fatigue of a physical nature takes a toll yet for either of those teams.
You can play really on adrenaline if you have to. I mean, and at this point, I think with the stakes on the line, I don't think fatigue is going to be a deciding factor here.
So I guess to that point, if you just played with adrenaline, and that's what got you through the last game, that's what got you through the last 2 games, and you have to come down off of that adrenaline, and then you have to ramp it back up. It takes a mental fortitude to be able to do that.
Sure, but since it's a D game on the court, it's the same thing I told these D guys before they went out there. They had a high adrenaline last game.
Yeah.
So the first thing you have to do is you have to come out. You have to come out screaming and yelling and get that fire back in you.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you're playing D, if you're playing unlimited. If the fire's not there, you're not going to win a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for Michigan, it took Zach Johnner a couple scoop fouls that weren't called, maybe a couple slashes there to get the adrenaline going, to get fired up. He was in the zone to begin with. However, after those fouls that weren't called occurred, he was ready to go.
Let's just point out what happened here in the D game. John McCurdy from Seattle just drove in between 2 big goalies with scoops in his face, literally in his face, and he just shot the ball through him like he didn't even care. Incredible.
If you're going to be in that key, you got to have a powerful shot. So, and that was very, very well executed.
So now let me ask you this: was that the costliest non-called scoop violation ever? Because it fired up Zach. Zach turned in the engine that dragged Michigan forward. You got that scoop, in that face. You broke up that play, but you awoke a sleeping dragon.
I don't know if it's hard to say, because we'd have to review the tape to see if there was other controversial calls that were missed that were detrimental, to say the least, to the defeat of a team. However, I think Johnner was playing well before that.
Sure.
But after that fire was lit, he just put the team on his back, basically, and said, you know what? I got to do this, and I don't have a problem doing it. Yep. So, it might have been, you can't hang a loss on, I shouldn't have scoop fouled him and got him fired up. But some players do play straight off emotion. Man, he showed it that day.
Yeah, you love it. I would just like the moral of the story to be don't slash people. That feels like a good moral.
I would say don't slash Johnner.
Okay, that's the...
Don't awake the sleeping giant. Let him rest.
Nice screenshot set up there. Good shot by Rebecca. As the visiting Viking there holds down the defense.
The visiting Viking?
Yeah, so in that Viking person in car 13, that's Nate Parrish from Texas. He is subbing in as John McCurdy gets a block. So unfortunately, one of the Seattle players is unwell this evening. And needs some bed rest, and so they have a sub. So Nate Parrish from Texas, who name on the Seattle shirt is the Viking, is visiting from Texas as a sub for this D team.
Now I just needed some backstory. Thank you.
Yeah.
I would love to see Ryan there, number 4, go and fight him, because Ryan has literally in practice dunked the ball. I've never seen somebody else reach up and set the ball in the goal, but he has that much reach. He just doesn't always get fired up enough to reach it out there.
Yeah, that's number 4?
Yeah, he has enough reach to reach up and dunk the ball.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's disgusting.
That'd be a sight to see.
Oh.
I love that.
People went nuts off the court in practice. Why don't you do it all the time? I don't know. It just doesn't. We got to get the fire in him. Yeah. He's a great player, good competitor, just doesn't have the fire.
Well, that's kind of learned over time. I mean, the more you play this game and the more experience you get, you just kind of develop a moniker of sorts. Like there's cockiness, some people have that. Some people have swag. There's a lot of players with swag, but then some players do develop the fire. And if it's something that, needs to be established with that particular player, then yeah, we'd love to see it.
Oh, no.
Hook shot, lefty, come on! Put the points on the board.
Oh, they called the T on that one? Oh, man. Oof.
Great shot.
There
it is. There it is.
Oh, man, Matt, you gotta reach in and stop a hook shot like that, Matt. Come on. To see Matt, he's a number 10 there. To see his progress has just been something else. He came in saying he wanted to sit in the 5-hole, but he won't mind me saying this. He was a very poor driver. And I said, you can't sit in the 5-hole. You can't drive. It just everybody was getting around him. He has this tendency to attack with the nose, and we just worked and worked and worked. And you see how much he's worked and how hard he's worked to get there to be able to for the most part, hold down that 5 has just been absolutely phenomenal.
10 seconds left in the first half here. We're going to get a Viking 3. Oh, no. That would have been fun.
A Viking 3. Love it. Side shot just sails wide as the half comes to a close, 6-4.
And behind the backboard, underhand shot, a reach up and dunk it. I think what we're trying to say is anything can happen indeed.
Indeed.
Those are such momentum killers, too, when you have somebody buried underneath and he does something silly, like reach out and touch that up. It was a hell of a shot.
Yeah.
Now, Noah, didn't we see a similar shot yesterday in C from one of the Minnesota guys? Is that what it was?
John shot that shot. I went and talked to him afterwards, and I'm like, is that a thing that you do? And everyone was like, yeah, we've seen him do that.
Wow. That's why he showed no emotion when he made it.
Yeah, and then after they said, like, yeah, we've seen that before, he kind of looked at me and went, kind of eyes kind of darting a little bit, and kind of under his breath said, it's not a very high percentage shot.
But you know what? It's not a 0% shot.
It's not a zero.
Hey, take it.
And when you do it with a straight face, like, yeah, this is just a Tuesday.
Yeah, there was no celebration, no, yelling, elation. It was just,
Yeah, that?
I expected that.
That happens.
If it goes in, it doesn't matter how it got there.
Yeah. It's not my first time. It's your first time.
Yeah, it was our first time seeing it, but it certainly wasn't his first time shooting it. To your point.
Uh-oh.
3-2. Oh. Becca's got a great outside shot. Excited to see this. The core of this Seattle D team really is the pipeline of players for the future for us. Oh, nice.
Don has that center shot about 3 welds. If you give him that screen and that open look, he's going to hit that at high percentage.
Oh, is that big Don?
That's Don.
I love this power blocking bumper battle.
What was fun about coaching this D team through was I was hammering in the basics, and I don't want to admit it while we're playing Seattle. I based a lot on Seattle and the things I've learned, and it was just we were struggling with the basics, and one day they came out and they said, you know what? No, instead now we're doing high walls, which they weren't even executing a low wall, and hey, we're doing rotations, and even though we can't get our basic positions down, and
walk it in.
And man, they just decided one day we're gonna do all of this, and they nailed it. And it's been just a ton of fun to watch it.
That's great. That is really excellent.
Possession winding down here. 3 seconds.
Oh, crushed ball. Crushed ball.
That's fun. They'll get 5.
It should go back. Should be a change of
Defensive
possession,
ends.
and then defensive ends. They're just calling it a.
You're just calling it end of 30?
That's what looks like.
As the time ticks down.
It's not the right call, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's
It's expedient.
one of those rules that people miss all the time.
Wow.
Ducks
Fred did
on the
duck
pass.
Just use your other hand.
Nah.
Attaboy, John.
Nice shot, Don.
Look at him measure.
Right
Just
over.
measured it like a ruler.
A little trash talking moat there, too. John's in. Oh, John's in.
Meach is learning from him.
Goodness gracious. Deep shot, bang, bang.
This is the D tournament, and that was a 4.5 welder. Or D business. That was a 4.5 welder.
It's a good shot. And, Ross has never seen a shot he doesn't like.
That was also a 4.5 welder.
Close tie game here.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
10 seconds left on the possession.
You know, I love hearing the sounds downstairs of hordes of people lined up for the Unlimited tournament. Oh my goodness. Scotty, I'm going to kick you off the mic real quick. We have a special guest.
All right. Thanks for letting me on.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, straight off the court from the Unlimited game where he just got his revenge off of the Texas team is Mr. Jeremy Bennett. Hello, sir. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
How we doing, fellas? That was awesome game. Texas playing really good.
Yeah, they really did. And angry Zach Johnner showed up. And for a little while there, looked like he was strapped the team to his back a couple of times and drug him through the mud forward.
He put Zach in some really tough spots to make some tough shots, and he did. So he went into that game angry and executed.
We were talking about how maybe I was proposing that maybe that was the most costly non-called slashing in the history of WhirlyBall because it just fired Zach up and turned him into the Hulk.
Yeah, maybe you wanted to trade that for 2 points.
Yeah,
Calm him
maybe
down.
just let him shoot once.
Yeah, Zach carried him and Sam. Just laid it out.
Yeah.
On offense. Clint with a very clutch bucket at the end as well.
Yes. And I was calling out on that play, so you and Clint were both charging up. You read that Clint was going, and then you circled back and got under real hard to open up Clint to be able to do that.
The main adjustment going into that game, we wanted to have the threat of Clint to make some more space. And then Clint went up and executed. So it was more than just a threat. You went and did it. But yeah, we knew we needed to send a fourth face to make him think about something else. And Clint
Create some space.
And that was the main change we wanted to make going into that game. I know Clint didn't go up a lot, but we at least gave him way more opportunities to at least.
When he went up, he converted, though. So,
Yes.
like you said, it was more than a threat. He executed very well.
Exactly. Ben played great defense as well. That was definitely a defensive game for us. Obviously, Sam was down. But the defense owned that one.
Yeah, it was awesome. So we got another half to go here in this. Oh, no, this is the second half?
This is the second half.
So you got 4 minutes before your next game. Any thoughts going into Seattle?
Same team we played last year.
Yes.
They're very, very good. Our strategy of keying on that one marquee shooter isn't going to so much be the plan now because now there's all of a sudden there's 4 of them.
Right.
And no insult to Jordan. He can score too.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, the idea of the load up on Bolte isn't going to work.
And as we saw, who's going to be Barrett? Is it going to be Eric? Is it going to be Joe? Well, it turns out Brad Peters took Texas to the losers bracket.
Yeah, and we know this Seattle team coming up, they are well-rounded. They rotate. They go fast. It's what they want to do. We kind of, unfortunately, have to try to play that same game with them, even though they're really good at it.
Now, Jeremy, what kind of adjustments do you have to make personally, actually? Because as I mentioned several times in commentary, you did all the little things in that game. Set up people, played very deflective defense. You were a menace to Bolte as you kept your eye on him the majority of the game, making his life a living hell to try to get up court. But you were visibly frustrated at your shot.
Yeah,
You didn't shoot well.
Yeah, frankly, my shot wasn't there, so the only contribution I could make is to keep Bolte off the scoreboard, even though since I couldn't get on the scoreboard myself. So I just had to step up the defense. The shot just wasn't there.
So what kind of adjustments do you feel like you're gonna make going into this next game? Because again, I mentioned several times, shooter's gonna shoot. Okay, so is it shooting till you're hot, or is it going to be affecting the game in a different manner like you did in the last Texas game?
Shooter's going to shoot. We're getting back to offense. We got to relax. I'm part of this offense. I got to be a contributory part of this offense.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Well spoken.
Shake off the last game. The only play that matters is the next one.
Absolutely. Well spoken. Well spoken.
So another question that we had that I didn't have a great answer to was, how about these shirts? Super sparkly.
Oh my God, Sam bedazzled these for us. We love them. Sam owns a bead shop, so Sam does he sells art supplies for people that do like beadwork. So Sam's also very good at beadwork.
Oh.
Sam Kim specials.
That's awesome. I was visualizing maybe Heisel would get up there and then do a little chest shimmy to draw some attention.
We were thinking about how is shimmying allowed. So yeah, we'll consider it against Seattle.
That's 2 points. Shimmying.
Excessive shimmying.
Excessive shimmying. A little glimmer. Too much glimmering.
Yeah. But no, a minute and a half. I might get down and talk to the team. Thank you guys for commentating, doing all this. It's gonna be fun.
It's a pleasure seeing you again. Good luck out there. Like you said, man, kick some. So we want to commentate 2 games.
Yeah,
okay?
I'm hoping to keep
That's
you
the
here for
goal.
an hour.
That's the goal.
We want you up here for an hour.
Good
right,
luck,
thanks,
Jeremy.
guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and just to be clear, not all of us want to commentate for an hour. Yeah, I did not.
In the spirit of the game. In the spirit of the game. And not necessarily for the commentators.
That's right.
We would like to see 2 games. But for us, yeah, I completely understand. Especially for you. I missed the game. So you were up here the entire time holding it down as you always do.
Oh, no. It's not I want to be up here for an hour thing. If Seattle wins the first game, then Seattle wins. And as much as I try to hide
the bias, not the fatigue, the bias.
That's right.
Makes sense. Well, I'll tell you what. How about we compromise? Michigan wins the first one, and Seattle takes it.
You know
in the second one. How about that?
That would be fine too.
There you go. Compromise. Life is all about compromise. This one's going to wind down. Looks like they're passing the ball back and forth as they have a 2-point advantage. Shot clock and possession clock and game clock
are about
even. Yep. So maybe just roll it into the corner and call it a game. Chunks won, but he won't get it back in time, and that's going to be a win.
Man, close, hard-fought game. Seattle guys wanted it for sure. What was nice about this D game that we could hear in the booth is, and you could hear as the players exit the court, there is a rowdy horde of crowd out here to support the Unlimited tournament, and they are rocking hard for this D game. And
without question.
Yeah. It's one of the reasons why we schedule some D seeding games during the Unlimited game. We could have B games, we could have C games, but it's so important to expose the D players to this level of excitement, enjoyment, and just entertainment that the Unlimited tournament brings with it. The marquee event of the national tournament.
Yeah, without question. And, they get the same treatment when their actual tournament starts. So right now, this is just a sample of what they get to experience when their actual tournament starts, because there's support from every division when it comes to the tournament. So these D guys get to experience some of them for the first time. And, like you said, great crowd staying for the Unlimited games, but they show rousing support for the D guys that go out there. So it's great to see. Great community.
Yeah. So I'm watching these warm-ups here. We see Sam not really missing a shot, and Jeremy dialing it in. Shooter's got to shoot. I totally agree with you. You do at this point. You just have to be there. You have to shoot through it. I mean, this was the matchup that we knew was coming. well,
did we know it was coming?
that some of us thought was likely to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the this is the matchup. Seattle, Michigan. This has got the historical context.
Yeah, without question.
These two teams precisely last year met in Cleveland, and Seattle won 2 games, and it was not close. Michigan has had a long time to look at that. This different Seattle team from years previous. They've had a long time to look at it. They've been thinking about it. They just got their revenge against Texas. They've been looking to their revenge against Seattle for a whole year.
Yeah, it's been boiling, festering for an entire year. But I'll ask you this, as we know that there's a difference in cars. And I'm not talking about these cars in particular because they even them out pretty well.
Yes.
But I'm talking about center-wise.
Yes.
So Michigan plays more towards this center in their cars as opposed to last year in Cleveland, where Cleveland plays more similar to Seattle.
These are a pretty big hybrid. Also, I think one of the biggest changes to the car effect, certainly for Unlimited in coming years, is the fact that Michigan is now half brain cars.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, are these cars on the spectrum of, Seattle bumper boats to Michigan clutches? Where are these cars? Yeah, I mean, they might be closer. Cleveland might be closer to the bumper boats. These might be a little bit closer to the Michigan cars than the Cleveland cars, but they're not. It's not like Texas.
Great point.
I think these cars are still in the middle. They might even favor Seattle, the way you're able to get on the bumper and push, the way you're not able to pillow block from the opposite side. You can't grab a bumper from the wrong side of a car and hold somebody from rolling off.
Yep.
You do get rewarded for good driving, throwing your hips into it, power blocking, all the riding the bumper up the bumper like you can do. The bumpers here are a little bit stickier. Most of them are kind of sticky and deflated. They're not bouncy like the Michigan bumpers.
Mm-hmm.
It's all nuances, right? So in some ways they are more like Seattle cars. In some ways, like the torque curves, they move better when you have them moving like the Michigan cars. But I don't think there's much difference. Car disparity wise, I don't think the winner of this game you could blame on the cars either way. That's my thought as a biased Seattle person. It is possible that if you talk to a Michigan person, they would say, no, these are much more like brain cars. They push. That means it's different, and I would accept that opinion. I mean that they're a little bit different, but that's why the Unlimited tournament isn't played on day 1.
Yes.
So here we are on day 2.5, and these guys have had a number of A games to figure it out, and we are underway with the first game of a possible 2 games in the final. Michigan has lost 1. They must win or they are eliminated. If Michigan wins, there will be a game 2. Seattle wins, it is over.
Man, I am so excited about the adjustments that each team is going to make to one another. These guys know each other. They've played multiple games against one another. And again, this is Michigan's revenge tour. Like we said, they had a year to fester on the loss that they suffered last year. Again, like you mentioned, two drubbings as Clint Fisher takes it off the face.
The WhirlyBall hit Clint Fisher in the face, and we got almost a 2-on-1, except Johnner is doing exactly what I said you couldn't do with these cars. He set a pillow block on the wrong side and grabbed them and held them. So, there you go.
Yeah, absolutely. It looked like Clint Fisher's trying to shake off those cobwebs to get back in the game as he took a bullet pass straight off the noggin, but he looks like he shook it off very well as Michigan sets that 3-man wall here. But deep shot, just can't connect, a little high. Sammy's got the screen if he wants it, and connects. Stays hot from the last game.
So now Seattle jumped out to an early lead last year when they played Michigan. They jumped out to an early lead this year when they played Texas. They have not fallen behind to an early lead. Now, they have the tenacity to fight through it. There's no quit in this Michigan team either.
Great shot.
Oh, gosh.
Barrett Davis from deep in the queue. Sorry, Chicago. I'm not in Cleveland anymore. I apologize. Quinn Fisher driving straight down the middle, looking to set up Sammy once again. But they got to set their defense. They got to set their defense. Yep.
They're going to let Jeremy in, probably.
Quinn Fisher sneaks in, but kicks it back out. Maybe he had an open look, but chose to pass up on it. Second shot goes high. But they did the right thing. They're set their defense first.
Yeah, buy some more time for their defense. Oh, boy.
Barrett straight off the bottom of the rim. Once again, we'll say it once, we say it again. That laser does not lie.
It doesn't, and Joe setting a nice deep screen there. Barrett eyeing it up. Maybe overshooting just a touch, but, you know, get amped up. Peters in a wedge position. Jeremy not hitting there. Clint going to collect it. 10 seconds left in possession. Seattle's got to get inside wall. Johnner doesn't have an open screen. Oh,
it doesn't matter, but he has a window.
God, that was over Barrett with one weld separation, no screen.
Zach Johnner climbing your window and snatching your people up. Gets him on the board once again. 5-2 is the score here.
Ball is able to be controlled and corralled by Barrett, who sends it back to Joe. Michigan playing a 5-man defense. Love to see it. Seattle, 3 guys circling back. 4 people, look at it, they put themselves in a deep wall.
Quick outlet to Sammy. Jeremy looking to set the screen. Shot sells high. Clint Fisher on the cleanup. Oh, no is right. Passes up on the open look. Jeremy can't connect. Still can't find that shot.
Defense still needs help.
Under 10 seconds to go in the possession. Sammy fighting. Jeremy's got to set something up through Joe Tiffany here. Sets it high. Did you think that was tipped?
I think so. I think it was. I think Joe has seen the angle of Jeremy's shot enough that he knows where to put his scoop. Oh, no.
Oh, a rare turnover.
And Jeremy knows right where to put his scoop. Oh!
Joe Tiffany quick with the scoop. You thought you had an open look.
3-2 here for Seattle. Oh, no.
Eric. Jordan sells one high as well. They're coming from the break a little cold here.
Yeah, this might be a little bit of that tightness. Oh, boy.
Oh, and he's looking for another scoop foul. Will he get it?
I think he's incidental.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
We talked about expensive scoops.
Correct. Could that be the one?
We'll see when he turns and fires this.
Didn't they learn from Texas's mistake? Don't awake the sleeping dragon.
Oh, boy.
Side shot sails wide for Jeremy.
Okay, I think Seattle is getting away a little easy as they start to warm up here. And by that I mean, you know, Michigan hasn't opened up this lead at all. Seattle's getting time to start figuring out their shots and get rolling, figure out who's hot. Someone's going to be hitting somewhere.
Oh, absolutely. It only takes one or two to get this team rolling.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter where it's coming from. But speaking of hot, Sam remains scorching hot for this Michigan team.
You can see that Michigan has chosen it's not going to be Joe that beats him. Look at that pillow block that Barrett's got on Heisel.
Amazing play there. Amazing. But quick in transition. Sammy, off the top of the rim.
All right. So
Barrett's going to take all that momentum, circle the midcourt.
I wonder if this doesn't start working real quick for Seattle. Okay, Joe's still staying inside in a defensive position.
Great defense there. Way to get a piece of that because Seattle did have numbers.
So they're not. Michigan's not double picking on Joe like they were with Bolte, per Jeremy's description.
Mm-hmm.
If they were, I'd expect Joe to go float like Bolte did.
Oh yeah, without question.
Sam a little
Johnner
high.
fighting inside, but no good.
We're able to pick that up. 4-7 here with 9 minutes to go. A lot of WhirlyBall left. Everybody take a breath.
Joe working that momentum on the outside here. Looking to get Eric in, but they got to set the defense. Johnner is making it an absolute nightmare down there. said you got to respect them, play that defense. And they may have had numbers, but Eric, well aware of the court, stayed back to fix the defense.
And they just caught Michigan with an early isolation here, maybe. Defense is not set. It's Barrett and Joe down there. Jeremy working that car.
Oh, absolutely.
Here comes Sammy with the screen.
Goodness gracious.
Nice.
You guys want to key on a guy, it's got to be Sam Kim.
Oh,
Goodness
no.
gracious.
Joe was calling for the backboard pass. The shot pass off the backboard.
Oh, no, another one.
Double rim. That's a really close miss.
Sammy actually
Joe in the
finally missed
key.
one.
Joe in the key. Peters is going to have to shoot this 2-1.
Just a bit low.
It was a good look.
Great look. Sammy lines up another one, no good. Looks like both teams coming out a little shivery, a little cold to start this first half, midway through. 4-9 is the score. Michigan with the advantage.
Look at Peters work those bumpers into a 3-2. Jeremy pokes that away, able to be picked up. Oh, we got Barrett behind.
Through three scoops? No, gets the great pass. Oh!
High wall here, possibility for Seattle. A pretty dominant wall. They're trying to hold Peters in the key, so two of them are not attacking to break it.
Jordan one-on-one here.
Now that Peters is out, they're going to try and break the wall again.
Johnner's got to pass that. Yep, gets right out of that 15. Looks like he's going to just have to settle for the one-on-one shot.
Defense!
God, what a great driver there is.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And that's a hard task
Look
to
at
try and
this vertical
contain.
defense.
Yeah, to contain Johnner.
Is the totally vertical wall. It collapses into a 3-2 here. Well, maybe. Looks like a 2-2 box.
Deep three, no good.
Might have been Sammy that got that.
Yeah, I think there was a little piece in there. Side may have the angle. No.
Man, Michigan has not had a clean look in the last few possessions. Seattle has
Peters
been
might break
able to
free on this
convert
one. Peters might break free. There it is. And that'll be some of the momentum they're looking for. Man, like you mentioned, Noah, he is just so comfortable in the middle of that key.
Ooh, Sammy.
Oh, Sammy from his favorite spot.
There's another 2-on-1 opportunity. Oh, yeah.
The quickest trigger in WhirlyBall, Eric LaPlante. My God.
And he comes back to wedge it. Sammy from the hot spot.
Thinks twice about taking it.
Clint grabs the wedge.
But, denied. Joe Tiffany.
From the other side.
No good. Again, you got to look at the spray chart.
Not as hot. From
Yeah,
that,
you
on
got
the
to
body side.
get back
And
into your spot.
Peters and Eric work a 2-on-1 again.
Well, guess who's got another dunk? Brad Peters.
Oh my goodness.
I told you, it only takes one or two to get the momentum swinging.
Look at this defense. Sam from the cooler side today.
Absolutely. Oh, look at that. Like I said, Eric LaPlante is
Oh, yeah.
everywhere. He does everything for this team.
They got
Doesn't get
Jonathan.
enough recognition.
Oh, wow, laser.
Clint Fisher from the middle of the court. That's
Wow.
that's where he likes to shoot from, right down the pipe. Another 2-on-1 situation potentially. Yep, that is good. Again, the laser lying once again as Brad Peters dead nuts center. The only time the laser does not go off. Never rewarded for great shots. And we wanted to see who was going to get hot, and the answer is Brad Peters. But
there it is,
there
Joe.
it is, the momentum swinging.
I think the ball went into Eric's car is why I wanted to scoop. I had to put it in the scoop to put it down. Otherwise, a handball violation.
Clint Fisher looks to creep up the outside as Jeremy bounces off Joe. Sam Kim from the middle of the court works his way outside once again to the cooler side of the spray chart. 3-on-2. Quick passing. Johnner can't convert. as the ball goes into the door. Brad Peters, the hot hand in this half.
Another 3-on-2 opportunity here as Seattle has taken the lead for the first time this game.
Correct. Michigan has to find a shooter. They have to find someone other than Kim, other than Sam Kim, to put the ball in the bucket.
Look at this defense. High wall. Sam one-on-one on Jordan.
And that's the hot corner, though. He'll take that shot.
Ooh.
Jeremy's got to get one to fall here.
Yeah.
He is still cold from his last game.
I need one to fall.
Yeah.
My stomach's in this. I need Jeremy to take one.
The hot hand, Brad Peters.
Buying time. He's not shooting that.
Joe Tiffany gets out of the key. 13-14 your score.
Oh, boy. Oh,
Great
no.
defense. My goodness.
So
Jordan Huffman.
I think that was a a shot pass to Jeremy, but it just went so low.
Oh, there it is. Not scared to shoot. Always a threat on the court. Ben Heisel connects for 2 to put Michigan back up by 1.
Wow.
And that's the thing about these unlimited games. As you get into the higher levels, everybody's got to contribute in every way possible. And if that, the rare shot from Ben Heisel that goes up, he's got to creep up every now and then, and he connected on that.
They got a Barrett sandwich there, which is why Eric had to take that from distance. He couldn't commit to offense, otherwise Michigan would have had numbers. Seattle's got a 3-man wall with 2 wedges.
Brad Peters made the annoying defense.
He can. No window there for Sammy. Johnner getting angry. Oh, my goodness.
Shot doesn't connect there. But he wanted it. Brad's going to hit the outside. He's flying around this court. Looking to get the block on.
Yeah.
Clint Fisher once again.
Oh, my goodness.
He is so comfortable down there. My goodness. Scoops all over him. Clint with a very long reach, as he's known for. Doesn't bother him at all. Just dunks it. There's one. Now we're here. Welcome to the show, Jeremy.
So now Seattle, almost all of their points have come from layups.
Yeah. They're getting in transition really quickly and taking advantage of the 3-on-2s.
And Michigan, almost all of their points are coming from outside shots. Ooh.
I thought he was going to say, hey, correct your statement, sir. But hey, the goal is to put the ball in the bucket, so it doesn't matter how they do it. Sam looking for the 2-for-1 opportunity. But you lost track of guess who? Oh, Brad Peters doesn't connect on that one.
I think Brad may have rushed that a wee bit.
Well, when you're feeling it, you're feeling it.
That's right.
So.
And, stuff in the key, and you might want to steal a 2-for-1, and there's a bunch of stuff here.
Oh, yeah.
But it looks like Michigan is not overcommitting to the last shot. They're going to take it when they're open. They still have a defense in place.
Jeremy very comfortable with the shot, by the way.
Oh, yeah. As far as he...
No, actually... finds
shot.
Johnner for the screen. Oh, no good.
But here comes another one.
4, 3, 2, 1. Doesn't connect. Behind the back shot. Desperation, no good.
Wow.
And Michigan is going to take a 1-point advantage into this half.
Wow. Not a lot of scoring at the last couple of possessions there. Seattle getting into the black cars. We've said it before. The black cars are a little bit taller. We've seen the black cars feel like they've won most of the halves out here. But I didn't see a lot of dunking on people or shooting over people or oppressive blocking. I think both sides are playing really smart WhirlyBall and taking really good cards. Now, something really interesting is Ben Heisel, the goalie, is in the 2 car. The 2 car used to be the fastest car on the court. They have equalized them. The 2 car used to be a really good one.
What I've seen from at least the way Brad Peters was maneuvering that car is Red 10 was flying around the court. It could have been credited to great driving. Because he is a fantastic driver. However, that thing looked like it had a little more giddy up, and Clint Fisher is going to be the man in that car. So, perceivably, the 2 fastest cars are 2 the guys that don't primarily play offense for this team.
Right. Yeah, it's possible. Now, they did do the car equalizing, and so it is quite possible that, that's the way it was before. Of course, Brad Peters, as you say, was flying around. Some of that's because he was staying off of bumpers and just scooting.
Yeah.
And you get that flow, it keeps rolling. My goodness, I'm just thinking back to Tommy's comments about fatigue, and I got to tell you, Sully, it's creeping in for me. These adrenaline roller coasters, I don't know how much more of this I can take. I am struggling to come up with coherent observations, but again, I'll point out, you'll notice how attentive the Seattle team, how much respect they have for Christy Schmidt. With her experience, her perspective, they've been helping this team, a tremendous amount. Her opinion, her observations are always critical. I wouldn't be surprised if there are people getting some statistics that are tracking it that she is aware of. Even the Michigan team with all the infrastructure they have. These are the guys, right? They've got the perspective. They don't need somebody to tell them to calm down, take a breath when their defense is screwed. This is the top echelon. These guys are on-court coaches. Any one of these guys could draw up more about strategy than anybody else.
Well, listen, it's a 1-point game. Michigan has the advantage. And as far as adjustments go, what are you seeing on the court? I mean, the only hot hand really in that first half was Brad Peters for Seattle.
And so, again, my big observation is Seattle was scoring layups. So for Michigan, I would tighten up that defense, right? Mm-hmm. I'd make sure that you stop the layups. You stop the layups before Seattle take an outside shot. They haven't established anyone as a hot hand outside. Even Ben Heisel hit a shot. Sammy from his hot spot.
Yes.
On the right side, the attacking right side is hot. Here comes a nice double deep screen. Barrett over the middle, looking for the gap. Ooh.
Finds it, but can't connect.
Peters able to pick up this rebound, I think. Yep, fights off Ben Heisel. Here comes, Barrett able to corral that spicy pass.
And like you mentioned, they still haven't established, again, a hot hand from the outside.
Yep.
Maybe the game plan is just to work your way inside this half and continue to get as many layup opportunities, although I would say they are few and far in between. But Brad Peters always finds a way to get in his zone, which is right in that key.
And I think Joe was able to disrupt that pass just enough for Jordan and Brad to drop inside. 10 seconds left of possession. They're setting up an outside shot and see if Heisel does it again.
Fakes the shot, goes back inside to Sam. Sam 3 scoops all over him in different angles. Floats one up, no good. A very defensive-minded game as we saw fireworks the past 2 games between Texas and Michigan. And first off, Texas and Michigan, and then Seattle beating. There it is.
One thing we saw in that first game was that Joe played a lot of defense. And he wasn't one of those hands that started getting hot. And so we haven't seen him on the offensive side as much as we will this half, is my guess. Especially after that shot hit.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to see one down. Now, see, the court flipped. And when you flip the court, the hot spot remains in that corner.
The attacking right side.
Yep, without question. Again, since 1991. Established that corner shot that he is famous for. Continues to drill him in this game.
Speaking of drilling him, big 3. Nice cushion for Seattle.
Cushion, they're trailing.
Well, if they hit the 3, it would have been 2.
Well, yeah, it's a 2-point swing is big, especially in this defensive-minded game so far.
It would have been a full 2 points instead of the 1 point where we're switching lead.
Yeah, without question, that 1 point might come into play here.
Oh, yeah. 12 minutes left. 1 point game. Struggling for every point.
Yeah, and credit to those guys. I mean, every guy is playing defensive-minded. Set the defense first. They're very aware that there are some open screens that they have completely passed on just to make sure the defense is set on the other side.
High wall here for Seattle. Instead of the 4 welds.
And I like that court awareness from Eric. He said, you know what, I can take this shot, but I want to make sure this wall is going to be set first. Great piece.
How frustrating that might have finally been the one that goes in. Barrett and Joe have a 2-on-1 here.
Just to get a little
BP
tip
the
of
3-on-2.
that. Oh, good. Brad looking in confusion about what happened. As we got an answer from the other side, Sam in the cool spot actually connects from the other side.
Seattle down by 3.
Even Joe Tiffany has a look of confusion on his face. Maybe they thought that shot went in. But they weren't looking at the referees asking for points, so
yeah.
I'm going to assume not, but still.
I don't think they thought that.
Well, Brad and Joe Tiffany, wow, Clint Fisher, they were confused about something. I can't tell from the perspective here what it was, but there was something going on. But they got to get their head back together.
Whoa, Jordan getting big.
What a quick scoop, man. The window closed so fast. Timeout is being called.
Good timeout.
Very early in the half.
Figure this out. Something they're doing isn't right.
Yeah, something's going on. Again, there is a look of confusion on Joe Tiffany's face. And I wonder what it is. I wonder what this next conversation is going to be about. I think we're switching cars.
We're going to switch.
We're switching cars. So Eric goes into 13. And Joe's Tiffany floats over to 21.
All right.
Well, maybe I assume it's a car issue or just how they're playing functionally.
So I wonder if Eric was in the dog and he couldn't make it work, and they're going to switch it to Joe in the dog, and maybe Joe will go float. Sam wishing his best to WhirlyBall Nation here with a nod and a kiss to the crowd. And up in the commentator booth.
I've been high as all. So Seattle, fresh off the quick timeout, discusses a few options to do something different for the remainder of this half. Again, a car change.
Down by 3.
Joe Tiffany and the plant switching. A long opening 3 does not connect.
All right, Jordan bouncing to the outside, cover side.
Took the 3, trying to get a tie game, but they were able to reset the wall here. But Sammy's going to take a deep one and connects. Great quick pass. Sam was not there to get Jordan could not connect on the tough angle shot, but again, great pass from down court to get him. As Michigan sits on this 5-point lead.
Oh
and
my gosh.
Zach Johnner, man, this team is literally getting carried by 2 individuals on the offensive end. And Seattle needs to make a minor adjustment to say, hey, maybe we need to get the ball into the hands of Jeremy because he's the one not hitting right now. And pay more attention to Sam. Great shot.
Now it's a 2-on-1 against.
Man, all that yelling and elation from that big shot from Barrett gave us up a 2-on-1 on the other end to get 2 of those points right back. As Michigan sits now with a 6-point advantage.
See if Barrett can do it again, baby.
No good. Oh, fighting
Peters
inside
able
for that
to-
loose ball.
Oh,
Jeremy! Quick with the scoop. Even Brad Peters has to get off a little smile on his face for that one.
Yeah, it's incredible. That body position, that's good, came up so quick.
Without question. Game recognized game. Once again, Jeremy affecting the game in different aspects. Clint Fisher inside.
Wow.
Layup is good as the lead expands here to 8 points.
Not a great way to come out of that timeout for Seattle. That 3-point deficit has turned into an 8-point deficit.
Yeah, it's like the timeout benefited Michigan.
Timeouts are a double-edged sword.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Sammy lines one up. Well,
Oh, my. Somebody better start doing something for Seattle. Otherwise, we're going to be here for another game.
man, I thought the heat wave went through Cleveland the other week. It's clearly arrived here in Chicago as Sammy continues to be scorching hot from the outside. Clint Fisher making his way up court here.
This is Sammy's hot spot.
That's the
Too deep.
one.
Too deep.
I don't think there's
Looking
such
for a
thing as
pass.
too deep for Sammy. Clint Fisher looking to set up right behind Johnner here. Clint Fisher, no good. Sails low, time expiring, pokes it into the corner. 10-point advantage here for Michigan.
Seattle not smiling, not laughing, looking, hoping, trying to find the bit of increasing desperation. Some way to put some points up.
And the crazy thing is, one of these guys gets hot, that 10-point lead can evaporate really quickly.
Yeah.
But Michigan maybe looking to slow it down just a bit. But Sammy says, nah. But covered well by Brad Peters. Gonna check his defense, sets up the deep shot, and, well, it's almost automatic at this point. Sam shoots, Sam scores. Simple as that.
Brad
Nice
Peters
shot from Brad Peters to answer the 2 for 2.
keeps it 10.
How did
Oh,
that pass
my
get through? My
goodness.
goodness. Even the tip was not enough to change over the possession.
So I think at this point, Seattle's going to have to make a big change if they want to have a chance in this game. They're going to need to shoot threes. They're going to need to, I don't know if double cherry's the right thing because that'll just give Sam open shots.
Sam would actually love if you go ahead and cherry pick.
Something.
The double float would not be good for them. But yeah, someone's got to start lacing some threes. There's no doubt about that. Quick with the trigger, Eric LaPlante. Oh, I think Jeremy got a piece of that.
Yeah. I think Eric was taking a wrist shot.
Sam checking the defense. They're beat right now, but Clint Fisher's going to come back to correct it here.
So here's Seattle double floating, I think.
There's one.
Seattle looking for some mojo. You can see them hanging with bated breath on that one shot. Jordan going to just pick up Sammy. Gives someone else a screen shot. Jeremy gives Clint the green light.
Oh,
Eric
how
was
in the world did that happen?
Eric got behind Barrett. Barrett was unable to catch up to it.
Very smart try from Clint Fisher. As the 2 points was answered on the other end, as Seattle has elected to do just what you mentioned there. They're going to go ahead and double float. Brad Peters not going to offense or defense at all. They're just going to sit right in the key behind Joe Tiffany and hopefully pray for some misses from Michigan.
Yeah,
and to get some points fast.
Sammy for 3.
Ball's got to get down court quickly. Oh, off the top of the rim. Even Joe's looking at the rim like, how in the world did that not count?
Oh, boy.
Jordan was all over him, but no.
That one also doesn't count.
Yeah, how in the world did that would not go in? Joe looking to roll one up on his high shot.
Yeah.
Patented. Look at how beautiful is that?
All right.
Like, how beautiful is that? The ability to make a shot like that and just roll it up the back.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Oh, man. Go ahead, Noah.
It's
Go
worth
get-
mentioning, as we're talking about Joe Tiffany's patented high shot, that rolling it up and cheesing it was patented by Mr. James Gill and licensed to Joe Tiffany. James Gill, the winningest WhirlyBall player of all time.
My apologies. I didn't know the credit on that beautiful high shot was licensed and patented by Mr. James Gill. But James Gill, he made it a hot line. Joe Tiffany made it a hot song.
I think you're on the wrong side of that battle.
Listen, I'm looking at the last second that this man. Oh my God!
Sam Kim is not like us.
He's not like us.
So this game is
over
in garbage time. Seattle looking to find some mojo here. This is an emotional battle to set up for the next one. Michigan on their revenge tour. 13 points.
Officially the revenge tour.
At 2 minutes.
Yeah, they got their revenge against Texas. Now they're looking to get it the same in Seattle as they take game 1 here in this unlimited final.
What a string. So Michigan loses the first one. Then they win 2 in a row. 2 elimination games.
Yeah. Talk about pressure.
Here's a big smack in the face for Seattle that maybe it's not all sunshine and roses. This is the first hardship in 2 years that this team has faced.
Yeah.
First game they've lost to this Michigan team. Nobody's going to quit. This team is going to re-energize and come back. This Michigan team is going to ride this. They are going to be ready. A lot of stuff can happen. Jeremy.
Hey,
find his shot.
There it is.
And if that shot wakes up, Seattle's in a lot of trouble.
Maybe Clint Fisher taking that pass off his face at the beginning of the game just kind of got him, woken up, refreshed, because he made a lot of impactful plays in this game. A lot of the guys did. Everybody contributed, but it was definitely Sam Kim. That was the problem.
Yeah.
He was the problem.
Going in that it's Sam Kim, and you want to make somebody else beat you, and then Sam Kim still beats you from the corner.
Hey, listen, you know where your shot is. You know where your comfort zone is. Take the shot.
Yeah. 10 seconds left in this game to make it official. We've been in garbage time for a while. Sam eyeing up the last shot. 4-3. 45-29 is the final score of the first game of this unlimited championship.
And we said it was a defensive struggle at the beginning, but then when those cards flipped, because normally we said the black has the advantage.
Normally, but not in that second half.
Not in the second half whatsoever. So as they take a breather, I feel like I'm going to do the same thing. Stretch the legs out a little bit. And we've got one more game.
So now I expect one more D interlude. And Sully, I am going to leave you while I run for some refreshment.
Yeah, I think I'm going to need some water too. So I'm going to take a break here myself, and we'll reconvene. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, my apologies as I join you with the game in progress after a couple of incredible back-to-back threes to start this final elimination game of the Unlimited Tournament. Barrett just missed his tight angle shot. Clint going deep under the basket. A little too deep. This elimination tournament game as we're joined by Sully again for commentary again in progress.
We're back.
Michigan takes the lead back 5-3 in this elimination in this unlimited tournament where every team has won and every team has lost, and in every permutation every team has beat every other team except Seattle has yet to beat Michigan. If Seattle can beat Michigan, they are the Unlimited champions. If Michigan can do it a second time, they are your 2024 Unlimited champions. This game is for everything. One game to decide the year.
Yes, and it was a quick intermission as well. I mean, they got right back after it. We were barely able to get some water before we had to jump back up as the game was underway.
Joe Tiffany with a long shot, picking up Sammy. Sammy in the wrong corner.
Look at Red 10. I told you, Red 10 is zooming around this court.
Wow.
And Clint Fisher has the rights to that car.
Oh, Barrett over Ben. Getting that mojo flowing.
Look at him yelling up court. He says this young man needs some help. Hit him with the all-day baby chant. Joe Tiffany breaks free. No, doesn't convert in the layup. Oh, Barrett Davis doesn't connect on that one as well. They get out of the...
No, the key violation there, so they had to give up the ball. As Eric gets buddy bumped over. Let's see if Jeremy's was able to find it. He's being disciplined about it, trying to set a screen over the middle. That's a lot of space for Sammy. Just a little too deep.
Closes the gap just enough to not deflect the shot, but alter the shot just enough.
Barrett's over the back high shot. He enjoyed it from one weld, but not two.
He wanted it though. You can see it in his eyes. He wanted to light up that backboard one time for the one time.
I mean, Barrett Davis, there's no bad shot, but there is often a better shot. For it. Jeremy might have a lot of space here.
No! Tiffany!
So Barrett takes not a great car.
Put some respect on that young man's name. Pump fake from Jeremy, swings it out to Johnner.
Peters covering that ground so quickly. 5 seconds left.
Oh
my goodness, Johnner.
Patience pays off. Connects for two.
Almost a hook shot. High crossbody hook.
Yes, it's interesting to see that they put Barrett in what is essentially the dog of the court.
And they're going to make him float.
Yeah.
And he can do a lot. So they want Barrett to be able to hold two back. They want him to be a threat.
Fighting for position. Nice. He's going to work his way inside. Looks like he loves that nice high shot. He might demand the ball if the ball turns over.
Long two. Jordan able to corral it and sends it to Brad Peters, who makes a Willie Mays catch.
Look who broke free.
Over the shoulder. He made it look so much easier than it actually is.
Absolutely incredible play there.
Oh, and again, Brad, the deciding factor here as Joe covers that ball and drives it away. The veteran move. Clint is now Michigan's cherry picker as Eric finds his shot.
Eric plants one in the back of the net. Puts him up with a tie game here, 9-9 with 9 minutes remaining.
Triple nines, baby. Jeremy circling around. They've got Johnner sandwich. They're letting him go to follow Jeremy. You can see Jordan locking eyes with Jeremy, not letting him go. Eyes on Clint. They're going to let Clint shoot.
Measured that three-pointer, just falls short.
Wall pass to Eric, who's going to see it again.
Pump fake shot, no good.
Peters up the middle. Little high, sailed it a little bit.
Well, again,
Joe able to disrupt the pass, and Peters able to clean it up.
well, Clint was doing his best to alter that shot, so he went just a little high to try to get over the tall scoop of Clint Fisher.
Big
so
turnover.
Might have altered that shot, but we got them in transition here.
Big turnover. With the game tied, Jordan looking for the ball. Jordan wants the angle shot. Pull that wedge away. Little less angle. High shot, Jordan wanted it.
Gracious. Now they got him fired up. They are yelling and hooping and hollering at every
Sam's
score.
going to quiet him down here. Oh, man. They're feeling it.
Measuring. Yes, sir.
11-11. What a game. Barrett might have this. Nope, too deep. He doesn't like it. And Heisel, excellent position.
Yeah, without question. Great recovery there. For anybody else, that's 2 points. Ben Heisel, such a great driver, gets right back in position to defend.
Big high wall for Michigan. 6 wells. Holding Seattle so deep, all 4 of them. Jeremy with a wide open shot that he loves. He sees that Sammy is pinched, sees that Sammy is free. His defense is going to be all right, and he sends it. John are working for this. Barrett going to pick it up. Jordan wide open. He wants it.
Measures, but no, not take the shot there. For help.
Doesn't want to take a bad shot in the first few seconds of possession. The defense needs to get set. Trying to be measured and disciplined. Perfect bump to prevent Clint from intercepting that pass.
Look at this great rotation here by Seattle. Try to create an open look.
7 seconds left. Jordan's shot was elevation perfect, but off to the left.
Michigan looking to set up number 2. There's the man with the hot hand, Sam Kim.
He is on the spray chart. The wrong corner. That's the left side of the offense. He's been killing them from the right side.
That's very true, as that shot sails way wide. Looks like Clint Fisher is looking to affect the game more on the offensive end this time. As he does have, once again, like I said, that red 10 car is wicked fast. Able to establish position here. Cross court to Johnner. Shot, no! Oh, no! Denied.
Incredible. Tie game here still. Not many points scored in the last 2 possessions. 11-11. Screenshot here for Peters. Jordan with the delay of game. 1 point score. Yeah, it was a clear delay of game.
It doesn't matter if you meant to catch it or not.
Intent doesn't matter in that. It cannot wind up in your scoop. With the old system that Chicago had that was a little bit more delayed, sometimes a good shot wasn't indicated a good shot until you had already picked up the rebound. Sammy!
No good from his hot side.
Yeah, I wonder if Joe is feeling it. Peters is in the key. Wow, he comes around on Clint!
Everybody's yelling. Everybody's feeling it.
So now they are feeling the adrenaline. They are full of juice. Are they going to be able to keep this up through halftime? Jordan's car just died a little bit. Sammy from the hot corner. Oh, no. Pick up the ball. Let's see if Johnner can do it over Joe.
He altered that shot just enough to try to get him to shoot it high.
Defense is in trouble. Joe is feeling it, but the defense is in trouble.
Johnner works his way inside. This is going to be 2. Yes, sir. Pulls back with a 1. Look at the work Barrett is putting in.
Peters is going to get open here. Not quite a 2-on-1. Nope. He finds the gap.
Man, if Seattle comes out and wins this game, I think the MVP is clear. It's got to be Brad Peters.
Yeah, there's a lot of WhirlyBall left on a tight game to be talking about it. But Brad Peters is doing great work.
I mean, all 3 games that this man has participated in, he has been nothing but electric.
I agree. 14-17, Seattle with their first lead. Or I guess maintaining their first lead.
Sammy looking to wind one up behind Johnner, just off the bottom of the rim.
Again, you wish Michigan had the spray chart so they could see that Sammy's hot spot is the crossbody side.
You got to rotate him over to the other side. You got to get him where he's been putting up buckets.
Oh, Jeremy just low.
Yeah, in a close game like this, I mean, Jeremy has to get going.
Eric working his way up the middle. Almost pulled enough attention away from Barrett. 3 minutes left. Oh, Jordan just missing. That's a great shot.
Jordan crawl one up the back of the scoop, trying to get that high shot. Puts the board, just misses high. Goodness gracious, Joe Tiffany! What is with these intense blocks?
Incredible. Jordan calling for a deep screen over Barrett.
We're approaching the 2-minute
And there's a 3-2. Okay.
Oh.
Defense is a little bit in trouble here. Peters able to get inside.
Oh, the quick wrister around the head of Brad Peters. No good from Johnner. Joe talking a little bit as he works Brad Peters up court. Might have another one from the middle here.
Whoa.
No good. Frustrated at himself because he knows that's a shot he normally connects on.
He's coming up a little bit from the crossbody side. Most of the other ones are coming up on the open body side. Joe gets
another piece. Goodness gracious.
Wow.
Clint Fisher.
So Joe gets Sammy. Was that Sammy that Joe got again?
Yeah, I do believe. Clint Fisher, nothing but height, and you can't teach that.
So now Zach trying to keep Joe out. For the first time in a long time, trying to keep Joe out of goalie.
Quick trigger, no, good.
Usually Joe's offensive prowess means that's who you want as goalie. Clint's in the key, and Brad Peters with a block.
It doesn't matter who you put at goalie, no. Everybody's getting blocks. This is a Seattle block party.
Full block party.
Even with all those defensive stops, they only maintain a 2-point lead.
Incredible. And they should have a 2-for-1 shot here. Did Heisel might tip that up.
Either way it goes, Michigan's going to change over possession here. Approaching 30 seconds left in the half. Full of excitement, full of great defensive plays.
Seattle's going to, oh boy.
Oh, watch yourself.
Show me what you're working with. 15 seconds. 3, 2, Jeremy from way downtown.
No good.
10 seconds. Joe wants it. Yeah, it's not it. It's going to be Jordan.
It's going to be Jordan. No, a bit high.
That's all right. Seattle goes into the half with the lead. They wanted a little bit more of a lead, not a lot of breathing room.
Oh, that is no type of breathing room. 2 points to these guys. They need to get Sammy going. As you can see, the difference from the last game to this game is that Sammy was hitting everything. And in this particular half, I haven't seen too much of him.
So now I've mentioned this a couple of times, and by that I mean probably every half of this tournament. But the black cars are a little bit taller.
They wish they were a baller.
They wish they had a girlfriend they would call her and maybe drive some sort of Impala.
Etc., rabbit in a hat. Yes, I hear you. A little bit taller indeed. So was that affecting the blocks they were getting? Because those extra inches, they matter.
They matter. And so that block party is just a little bit harder to build in the red cars. And so if You know, the reason why Seattle is in the lead right now is because of the preponderance of blocks that they had to be able to shut down most of Michigan's offense, particularly Sam Kim. Sam also was on the spray chart would have showed Sam as cold.
Yes.
For most of that half. His hot side this tournament has been on the offensive right side, about 2 welds out. And he was taking a lot of the shots early in that half on the left side, where he was just colder.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, when this car changes over, he's going to probably try to get into that zone, that area that he was hitting everything from. So, you know, Michigan's going to have another guy to step up. Even if Sam gets into that hot streak, gets a couple shots to fall, who else is going to be able to support that offense? And on the defensive side, again, Ben Heisel doing his job, doing his part, but someone else is going to have to get a couple of stops, deflections, blocks, whatever it is, because the turnovers, they matter. I mean, a lot of those blocks from Seattle went back straight to Seattle. So those blocks led to a straight turnover, not just the deflection. So those extra possessions in a one possession game are going to matter and going to be the key to this second half.
As we begin this second half here, you know, it's also if Jeremy gets hot, this game is different. If another Seattle shooter gets hot, Clint taking Peters all the way back. Joe for 3.
There's Joe Tiffany lighting up the net for 3.
Incredible to start that off that way. Michigan is attacking with 4. Jeremy's going to have to go back if Eric goes.
They rotate very well. Look at that.
4 cars on Sammy.
4 cars.
With 5 seconds left, they're getting to him. Jeremy for 3.
That could be the one he needs to get the momentum rolling. Brad Peters misses.
It's a safe shot with Barrett on the wide side. Gonna roll over the screen here.
Again, look at that 10-car zooming. That's the car that he had in the first half last game where he put up all those points. He's right back in 10, and he's looking to make an impact offensively in this half. Does miss on the first 2 shots, but that's not gonna deter him from continuing to fire away.
Look at this wall. Oh! Zach finds a rare moment when Joe didn't see that there was an opportunity there. And an immediate turnover.
Hand down, man down. You know the rules.
And it is a tie game after that with a turnover that brings the initiative back to Michigan, and John are just missing.
Well, it's just like I mentioned, Michigan has to find a way to force some turnovers. They have to force a couple turnovers, get a couple plays to go their way on the offensive end.
The next score takes control of this game. With 13 minutes left in this single elimination tournament.
Zach looking for somewhere to go, dumps it off to Jeremy. Jeremy hit his last shot. He's going to hit. Oh, never mind. Just a bit to the right.
Oh, no! Another turnover!
Unforced error by Seattle. Sam Kim is in. Oh, but just enough of a deterrence.
And I heard the whistle for 5 in the key.
Yeah, he soaked up all 5 seconds in the key to try to get that shot.
Peters has got the shot here.
But another miss.
Another high wall by Seattle.
Coming out of that half, cold a little bit, missing on his first 3 shots.
So he just needs to take a breath again. Tie game, 21-21 with 12-12 remaining. A lot of 2s and 1s.
Clint Fisher finds himself a window from the middle of the court.
Eric's going to be wide open here. Yeah, baby!
Again, the quickest trigger in WhirlyBall. Jeremy could not recover in time, and that is just easy money for Eric.
You know, there's some shots that look like, yeah, that's the shot that they're most comfortable with. And that looked like the shot that Eric is most comfortable with.
Without question. Without question.
Sam Kim again on the spray, as the spray chart would say, is on the wrong side.
Yeah, he's not fighting to get position to try and get open.
I would love to think that that's a Seattle strategy, but I think that's just lack of metrics being available.
I tend to agree. Peters Looking for the fadeaway, goes cross court.
Jordan looking to pick up the wedge there for Eric. Who's found that? Eric getting hot is the game changer.
Eric is so hard to defend. I mean, again, such a quick trigger. You think you got your scoop up in time, and the answer is you didn't.
Well, and it's important to give some flowers to Jordan there. You saw Jordan could have taken the shot, but he drove over to grab the wedge and set up his guy.
Absolutely, you know.
Selfless WhirlyBall there.
Yeah, sometimes you affect the game without getting on the scoreboard yourself, and that was one of those plays.
Oh boy, Johnner's wide.
Goodness gracious. How quick on the trigger can you be? Even Joe Tiffany had to give him props for that one with a little slap of the scoop there.
Little high five.
Little high five with the scoop, little high five. Once again, game recognized game. And Zach Johnner is not looking unfamiliar.
Peters is going to have this one. 10 seconds left. Good high wall set. Peters is hitting.
There it is. We knew it wasn't going to take him long to get hot out there.
Jordan rolling to pick up Clint. Nice high wall here by Seattle. Beautiful high wall. Joe inside on Johnner. Jeremy going wide. Eric going to pick him up. Looking for a pass. Johnner going to pick off Eric. Sammy's going to get a nice long two.
There it is. Straight from the middle of the court, connects for two. Crawls back with it too.
This is unlimited WhirlyBall right here. Eric driving way past the screen. Thought about it just a little too much, double clutched it. Little heat check.
Yeah, Jeremy playing that annoying defense, making sure he's got that scoop going side to side.
Look
so
at
the window is closing.
All the work Barrett's doing to stay on Jeremy. Jordan rolling on Sam. Clint gonna try it. I'm sorry, Johnner gonna try it. There's no other option, and Joe reads it. Joe read the backhand.
He says he's seen this movie before and he already knows the ending.
God, Joe is so instinctual. Unbelievable how that is so easy for him.
Yeah, it's so tough to defend. Joe real quick with the scoop.
Jordan taking a shot. Defense isn't perfectly set. There it is, inside wall, big wedge. Sam might get an open screen here.
Sam creeping to his side.
Oh, look at that space. Driving into the wedge to create all that space. Still with the discipline to say, we got 10 seconds. There's no rush, baby. Clint taking the shot with 5 seconds left.
Joe Tiffany look at the whip it down court, but doesn't have the numbers, thinks better. We got to fix the defense as Johnner is in the key. Johnny on the spot. Jordan Huffman is there.
Nice pillow there by Eric. Let's see if we can roll on Clint. Nope, Clint. Oh, great driving.
Yeah, even with the speed disadvantage, Ben Heisel was able to get back in position to set up and go back behind the screen set by Eric.
Oh, Peters. Goalie's in trouble. Oh, Jordan in the nick of time.
Thought about it.
Great work. He was way out of position, but by the time the ball got there, he had enough time to fix it. Johnner wanted that so bad. Sammy wants this.
Seattle's playing with a lot of intensity.
They really are. This is for everything. And Sammy hits a three.
Says, cool it down, buddy.
They gave the points to the wrong side. They're going to fix that.
Oh, come on.
They're going to fix it.
Scoreboard here. Is that correct?
I think that three was good. They were up by 4 and Sam hit a 3. I think that may be correct. They got a lot. Oh, Barrett just missing. They got a lot of people helping them up there. I trust Kyle.
Boys. Check the tape.
Kyle and Bill are all over it. I'm not worried. I mean, how quickly they were able to fix that score. I think Kyle and Bill had the numbers.
They're on it. They're on it. 1v1 me again, bro.
Johnner misses the forehand around Jordan. Crashing a little vertical here. Committing 4 up a little.
Oh, Peters wanted the ball. I think he had a slight angle to try and get a shot off, but he couldn't get it.
15 seconds left.
Look at that hustle, maintaining the possession there.
Still a 3-2 that they're going to execute. Eric up the middle. Oh my goodness, Heisel able to redirect that shot.
I don't know. I don't believe how quick you are.
Yeah.
Not quick enough on that one. Great deflection.
Oh, nice buddy bump by Eric to pick up Jeremy. Beautiful.
Second and a half court here. 1 point game.
Oh, it's a 2-point game. Should be a 2-point game. I think that was a 3. There it was. So now Michigan retakes the lead for the first time. Oh, and Peters ties it back up.
What are you saying about a lead? I know you meant to say tie.
Oh, did I say tie? Sorry. Ties it up again.
But he said takes the lead as soon as he connected on the shot. I said, oh, you meant to say tie.
Meant to say tie. Barrett fighting to get out of the game. He is out. They've
Swing
got
it for the 2-on-1. Nope. Brad Peters going to lean it.
Oh, Heisel.
And Heisel. Johnny on the spot.
Okay, tie game, 5 minutes. 5 minutes for the Unlimited Championship. It's a new game.
Oh.
Nice bump by Peters to send Jordan into position. Eric's diving inside Clint. Sammy's on the cooler side of the court for him, but he's just hit 2 threes in a row.
Straight from the middle of the court. So now we got to update the spray chart.
Joe defending Sammy, giving Johnner the open look, saying, let's let somebody besides Sam beat us.
Oh,
Barrett catches everything.
The hat. Oh, he should have buried the shot right after he got the hat back on. That would have been great.
Oh, and he does!
And he does. Right on cue. Excuse me, I spoke too soon, and I apologize. Hat on, shot in.
Barrett with the hat trick to put Seattle up by 2.
Jeremy couldn't find that long shot there. Michigan trails by 2
Oh,
here.
Joe's got this.
Yes, he does. Rolls it right up the scoop. 4-point game here. Michigan's going to play it out.
Big high wall. Barrett might get trapped there if Jeremy sandwiches him. Big high wall. And they're not attacking with enough to break it because they got Barrett trapped. Barrett is out. 10 seconds left and they don't have much.
Clint Fisher's going to take it here.
5 seconds left. This is going to be desperation. And the block.
Tried to float one over his head there.
The tide has turned to this game, and it's only 4 points with 3 minutes remaining.
Brad Peters dribbles it up court. Looking to set up behind Eric. Fadeaway shot does not connect. 3 minutes remaining here.
Sammy open there. Peters.
Timeout is called. Wow. Jeremy looks at the clock and says, wait a second, let's think about this next possession here. Down by 4, under 3 minutes remaining.
Barrett is working hard.
Home. Winner is your 2024 Unlimited Champion.
Oh my goodness.
The highs, the lows, the ups and downs. What a tournament.
Sully, I'm exhausted.
You should be.
This game has had absolutely everything. And the lulls that we were seeing, the momentum shift, Seattle clearly with the momentum there towards the end. A great timeout to try and ice him. You see the Seattle guys smiling and laughing, which is how they play best. You see the Michigan guys looking at Sammy. And now to Jeremy, trying to find what to do, coming up with a plan. Their plan's not bad.
No.
Their plan beat Seattle once already. But they find themselves down by 4 with 3 minutes remaining in this game for everything.
Well, I'll tell you what, Noah, the difference in this game was the opening bell. Because they came out hooping and hollering, yelling and screaming.
We got a car switch. Heisel and Jeremy, they're going to try something. Again, I do want to call out Christy Schmidt out on the court, helping coach and support the Seattle team. One of the most respected voices coming out of Seattle to help this Unlimited team.
So what's the game plan here? Quick three here. We're looking to set up your offense.
Yeah,
it's only 4 points.
Sammy's hit the last threes up the middle that we've seen. And we begin. No three right away. Looks like they were trying to get, do you think they're trying to get a double cherry?
They're trying to get somebody down. Yeah, they're trying to get too deep. As we approach 10 seconds left in the possession.
Sammy goes loose. 7 seconds left. The high wall reemerges. Sammy looking for three. They crash on him. 2, 1. They're out of time.
Throws it up behind his back.
Oh boy.
They're looking for one big shot here, and it might be all she wrote.
Yep. Take the time. Oh boy. Defense needs some help. They got 10 seconds to fix it.
Well, Jordan's car wasn't moving for a second there, so worked it enough to get it going. Gets back.
Joe calling for it.
Just sail slow.
Oh.
4 points.
Oh
Spray
my
chart.
goodness.
Spray chart says
That's the hot
that
zone.
is automatic. 2-point game. Under 2 minutes to go. Seattle possession. I have no vested interest in either of these sinners, but my God, my heart is racing.
Oh no.
I can only imagine how you feel, Noah.
Here's a play that could tie the game. Sammy in the hot spot. A little bit deep, a little bit too deep.
Joe Tiffany wanted to shoot it on him. He said, come on, I wanted to block this.
Oh, Johnner.
Great
Looking for Sammy
awareness.
immediately.
Great awareness.
Sammy over the middle.
Possession.
Oh, Joe almost got that pass.
7 seconds in the possession. It's going to be a tough shot for somebody. Floater, no good. Inside 1 minute.
Inside 1 minute, Seattle up by 2. This is for everything. They got 3-on-2. Long pass that went away from Peters. Overthrew
he
it.
Lost it.
Peters is going to get it. It's important not to lose possession. They got 10 seconds left. They're going to take all of it. They're going to give Michigan one shot. If they score here, they win the game. If they score here, they win the game.
Joe Tiffany wants it. America's favorite player for the Unlimited Trophy.
Oh! Seattle wins the Unlimited Championship on Joe Tiffany's shot.
This is why he's North America's favorite player.
Jeremy throws it up. Seattle have won the Unlimited Championship.
Joe Tiffany with ice water in his veins.
2024, Chicago, the 40th anniversary of Nationals, and the Unlimited Championship remains in Seattle. Congratulations to the Michigan team. What an incredible performance.
What a run. What a run they had.
Welcome to Unlimited Texas, an incredible shock-the-world performance to beat the Michigan team. And Seattle facing their first bout of adversity after losing the first match to Michigan, coming back and winning a one-possession game. An incredible display of sportsmanship out there as these competitors respect the hell out of each other. And how can you not after the battle they just went through?
Wow. Just, wow. I'm at a loss for words. That was incredible. Absolutely incredible. What a show from start to finish. From the upset, pseudo-upset, from Texas taking out Michigan in that first game, and Michigan's ability to bounce back to not only beat Texas, to come back and win this first game, and then take it to the final 2 minutes of a game 2 to settle the Unlimited Championship. But Seattle, the consummate professionals, again, Joe Tiffany with ice water in his veins just takes that last shot to ice the game, and Seattle is your 2024 Unlimited champions.
Incredible.
Back to back.
As they take the picture underneath the scoreboard for posterity, to be able to remember that score. As you say, Sully, back-to-back championships. And look at this. I love this. I love taking the picture with both teams out there. I love that Michigan is willing to do this. I love that Seattle wants Michigan out there as a show of sportsmanship, as a show of competition.
What a great showing.
As a show of how few points you can score and still win an unlimited championship.
I mean, the defense was top-notch.
It really was.
All the shots they put in the back of the bucket were very earned, that's for sure.
Incredible. Incredible.
Sammy was clutch. Ben Heisel played great defense. You know, the intensity that Zach Johnner showed was on a new level.
Unbelievable. And you hear the chants and the cheers as the players enter the hallway, the building vibrating with the enthusiasm. You see the celebrations and the emotion, the final release. You see the sorrow on the Michigan team that they put everything into it and they came so close.
They left it all out there. They left everything on that court. There's no doubt about that. From the mental anguish that they had to go through after suffering that loss to Texas.
Yeah.
And then to bounce back the way they did to get all the way to this point was a testament to their experience, their composure, and they were able to be competitive to the last minute of the game for the unlimited trophy. Now that is something special.
Unbelievable.
Something special. We witnessed history. Shout out to that Texas team that came in guns a-blazing, got that first win, showing they belonged in this tournament, and to come all the way through back with Michigan regaining their composure, like I said, is an amazing thing to see.
Amazing.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
Forever. I think it is clear that this change to the Unlimited tournament was in the right direction. It added stakes. It added dynamics.
The spice, what we were looking for.
Yes.
And it was definitely provided.
It was there.
Wow.
And you know how spicy this was, even though the finals was the exact same 10 players that competed last year, and it felt like an entirely different game.
It felt like my first time watching Unlimited. You know, a lot of people felt like it was getting stale, it was getting boring, it was getting whatever the case is. And I think this set of games proved that this game can be exciting no matter who takes the court in what capacity. So again, Texas proved that they belong, and their games were super exciting. It was incredible to watch. This will probably be the most viewed clips on YouTube when they're released, because people are going to watch this back for not just this year, next year,
forever,
and the next year,
in perpetuity,
and the next year.
Remember that time? Where were you?
Where were you
in 2024 in Chicago?
Yeah,
when Texas was in the Unlimited tournament, when Sam could not miss from the right side of the court.
Incredible.
Absolutely incredible. When Joe Tiffany in the first half built a block party.
Man, it was a Seattle block party in that first half.
And then demanded the ball to hit the longest two on the court to win the game.
There was no shying away from that shot either. He said, I want the ball now. I need to put this game away. And he did just that.
The work that Barrett did with a bad car to keep two back so they could build a high wall and open things up. The Michigan trying to find something else that would work. Defense first on both teams. The patience, the discipline.
Yeah, look at the score.
Incredible.
You know, it was definitely defense first. Everyone made sure they were setting up, make sure their wall was high, make sure there was no 2-on-1s in the opposite end. It was absolutely incredible to watch. I'm glad I was a part of this, and I have no words. I can only give flowers to so many people. Everybody that participated, from coaching, like I said, Christy was the voice of reason for those guys. She was on the court with them. Make sure they continue to keep hooping and hollering, because again, the intensity changed so much when, for the opening bell, when Barrett buried his first shot, it was It was yelling. It was get on your feet. It was making sure that they kept that intensity high. Because in that first game, I felt like it was a little lacking. I felt like Seattle came out not as intense as they should have, and thus Michigan came out, made the plays they should have, and they won that first game. But again, that second game from that minor break, they came out and said, you know what? From jump, let's keep it up. Let's keep it intense.
Yeah.
And they got the victory.
You know,